Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are here tonight, Esports versus Violet Rangers. Valorant. I'm Griffin, and this is New. How you doing?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excited to see how our Fuel team is going to do against the Violet Rangers here. Looking to keep their playoff hopes alive. I believe we are in the last week of this tournament so far. So we'll take a look at what roster the Fuels we're going to be running to hopefully get us towards those playoffs. They're going to be your flex player, SEO, your duelist, and also flexing around. Deny, going to be pretty much hardcore duelist. Going to see a lot of Jet, Yoru. Woody, going to be pretty hard controller, but also been playing a bit of that Sentinel. And then Dre, Sentinel, Initiator, Flex, kind of plays it all, really. Another flex player for sure. If we take a look at our standings, we will see both these teams towards the bottom. Fuel currently in 5th place, looking to meet up with hopefully PSU or Nighthawks to try to get one of those top 4 spots. Meanwhile, Violet, I believe, have been fully eliminated from contention. 1-5, but hoping to maybe take Fuel down a peg with them. I think we're in for a good match. I think looking at who Violet have beaten, Fuel has also beaten that team, so we'll see if that ends up going in Fuel's favor or not, as well as how they're going to be able to bounce back after a pretty rough loss last week.
Yeah, last week was not the greatest. Nighthawks went pretty hard on them. A lot of aggression there, and it's good seeing the switch up here that that Violet Rangers is down a notch, and hopefully you will have this in the bag pretty easily just based off those standings there.
Yeah, hopefully, right? But that's it's all out into the game, all out to what maps are going to be played, what agent comps are going to be chosen, and stuff like that, right? There's so much that goes into these wins, into what can really be played for each team, how they're going to be able to pilot their different compositions, all the strats they have in the plan. But we don't have the maps quite yet. We're going to have to take a short break before we get those, but don't go anywhere. First match. Welcome back, everybody. Shortly going to be heading into our first game, but we'll take a look at what the map selection is going to be for all teams here. We'll be seeing Haven, map 1. Split's going to be your second map, and Corrode is going to be your decider, as looks to be Fuel starting on the defense side here for Haven. It's definitely an attack-sided map with those 3 points, right? You can kind of just run over players if you're not careful, so we'll see if they have the answer for this Haven defense side, or if they're just gonna crumble a little bit. As we will be seeing, we are going to be heading into Agent Select very shortly, seeing what the compositions are going to be coming. If we're going to be seeing the standard Haven comp, that's going to be like Omen, Cypher, or you could also go KJ.
Cypher definitely.
We'll be seeing probably Sova. You'll be seeing Breach a lot recently. You'll be seeing Jet, maybe some Waylay usage. Looks like Deny hovering that Waylay, trying to expand the hero pool, or the agent pool rather. And Veto is enabled, so we'll see if Fuel or Violet want to maybe run a bit of a fancy new Veto play.
We actually do see a little bit of that. Clario Lover here is he's hovering over him right now. Also, I'd like to point out that Woody is not playing Cypher. Instead, she is playing Omen.
Woody, that's actually Woody's main.
Really?
Yeah, Woody is an Omen main through and through. But has been taking a bit more of the Sentinel role on this team, as Clairo Lover's really been finding stride in that controller role. We'll see, though. Deny actually going over to the Yoru instead. Did just get nerfed. But actually, I was chatting with Deny, I believe. He said he enjoys this style more because he doesn't like pressing util in his ultimate. Which is a pretty funny joke. And SEO, going to be the AWPer for the team, so maybe going to be playing the Jet. Double Duelist comp is pretty normal on Haven. It was more so, I believe, Yoru ISO last year, but now Jet taking over as ISO just isn't that played. We'll be seeing the Chamber style comp for Violet Rangers, a bit more of a, almost a ranked comp with the Clove, the Jet, the Chamber, and then Breach Sova. So with your solo smoker being that Clove, a little more dueling power, but a little less utility, a little less, variety in what the smokes can be. But those smokes after death can always have value.
Absolutely. And those smokes are going to be very crucial, because especially what you're saying earlier with the 3 split lanes, you need a little bit of movement, a little bit of smokes to be able to fully push any of those. So those are going to be very crucial. And we're going into the start of round 1, and we see a little bit of prep already. We see the little dog charm come out. Love to see it.
Going to be a 2-3 setup here for Fuel. Not playing any anchors towards B. Going to have 3 on C, 2 on A. Looking to take this aggressive A main fight here. Dre going to look for that dart, as well as Deny maybe swinging off of it. Seems like all of Violet, though, they're looking towards A or B. Maybe just a quick A hit, just try to get some info, get some noise. The Sheriff is out for the side of Chamber here, has his utility. Deny almost getting caught going for that orb, but now he's in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to have to fight his way out. Spoken is going to take this duel, find the first headshot. Deny TPing out with 13 HP.
And we do see 4 of Fuel's side here trying to push in. And they're actually going to pull back and try to go for maybe a B plant here.
Now looks to be playing into B, just going to try to clear out Garage as much as they can here for Violet. Fault line up for game player here. Going to look to try to stun out, but instead it looks to be a slow walk up C long. Just trying to find some value. Woody is solo anchoring right now, as SEO is going to be inside of Garage, and Claro is going to be up top as Woody spots first person, as the Jet is going to dash on top of site. SEO gets that swing, 1-for-1, but the trade is out for Claro. Woody TPing behind, but gets domed by Spoken as Sparkle picks off Claro in the meantime. 3 versus 2 now, but Deny is so low. Sova going to fall to his own dart. Deny actually going to fall to his own Sova's dart, as Sova Ray got spammed out there. The pistol round going to go over to Violet Rangers. Just a really good contact play. They force Noise over to A. They get some damage onto Deny, and then they just all rotate towards C side. Get a clean exec here. A couple trades here, but SEO only getting 1 on that flank angle. Woody not going to win the duel. It's going to be a good opener here for Violet.
Absolutely. Very swift play. We saw originally they were going to try to get that A push in, but they realized last second that they had a little bit more opportunity. And we're actually going in round 2 here. We see the same kind of thing. They're going to test the waters, go down A. They do see that it is a little bit more clear. They might actually get a push down A this time.
Woody gonna get picked off as Hog Rider gonna find a second on the flank. Clara Lover looking for something through sewers. SEO did find something with the Frenzy, but you're into these strong guns. A buy here for Violet. Not gonna be the full buy, but it's a buy they can get, as they're gonna be looking to get a clean eco or anti-eco here and then play into that bonus, as it's just Deny and Dre left alive, but they're both quite low here. Not gonna be super playable. Deny down to 1 HP. Dre 13. The headshot not going to come out. Hog Rider gets a 4th kill, looking for the ace on the 2nd round of Haven already. As Dre holding heaven here, just playing with the Sheriff, making sure not to give up any angle over 2 stairs. Just going to play, try to get some economy damage, but it doesn't look like much is going to happen, as Violet Rangers don't really need to push for this, but I'm sure the Clove wants this ace, but instead Sparkle going to get the shot through the wall after getting scanned out by Sova.
It was interesting seeing that that early outlaw play right at the start of the game. Not caring too much about economy there. But again, another swift win for Violet there, bringing them up to 2 points.
Now,
I think Fuel they might lack the ability to defend on this map.
we will see though, as now a pause going to come in as someone's Wi-Fi did in fact go out here. You'll be seeing the full buy here for the side of Fuel, as Violet Rangers instead sticking to what they just bonused off of. Woody Bandit is the one that DC'd, so I'll have to rebuy here, but they did end up see what they are going to purchase, if they're going to go for a rifle or if they're just going to sit to more of, you know, that Stinger, that Spectre. Fuel, a lot of rifles, but it's not the nicest of buys because you did have some spending in that last round to try to get some damage done. You saw the Sheriff, so Woody and Deny both not going to have those full shields, an adaptive and a light shield respectively. But hoping to, you know, open this up, as they're just going to be playing quite spread across. 2 players over to A, one making sure to hold along, other one holding short. SEO just sitting back, waiting to play contact, waiting to figure out where they want to sit. One in garage and one C long. Seems like Clara Lover going to be the C player designated for the side of Fuel.
Yeah, we just see Woody holding that middle there. They're trying to split it up a little bit more evenly this time instead of going for that 3-2 split. I think they need a little bit wider pressure here, as the last couple of rounds Violet just kind of marched onto site, so they need to be able to. Fuel needs to be able to apply pressure in more than one spot, it seems.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see how they can apply the pressure on this defense side for sure, as hopefully the player on Violet Rangers, their Jet, will be able to reload into the game, get the Wi-Fi fixed up, and we'll be able to get back into the game shortly. You've got to love tech pauses, right? Absolute fantastic.
Yep.
But you know, for now, I think it's up to Fuel to try to figure out how to stop these pushes. It's been the first play, right, was a slow play onto A and then move over to C. Second was just a quick play onto A. They just won their duels. A flank from Clara Lover went wide, and now we'll see if they can figure this out. They have the gun advantage, so hopefully looking to bring that one forward heading in shortly.
Especially going in with that chamber there, having him run the outlaw with his sidearm ability, it's a pretty lethal combination.
Yeah, always have those outlaws. Outlaws always scary, especially on these eco rounds, right? As you can just one-shot anyone through anything lower than a light or heavy shield. So, gonna look for that as we are into the round here. Dre doing a scan in A main, but does not find anything, as 2 players gonna be lowing down here. And nothing to be found. Booty Bandit gets picked off. Deny now hunting, but he does get picked off by the outlaw, the dangerous weapon, as he was the one with the light shield, and it pays dividends for Sparkle here. 1-for-1 early on in this round as Woody playing around this B site.
Yeah, we might see a little bit more of a slow push here. Again, we do see Violet taking their chances. They're going to try to go for a B push this time, running it down middle. We're probably going to see smokes go out and an immediate push in there. We do see a blind go out. Hog Rider does get taken out, but they do get the trade off on Woody, making it down to a 3v3. Plant does not go down. It gets denied. We're down to a 2v2 now. They try to get the plant off again. Will Fuel be able to stop it?
SEO finding that pick onto Sparkle. It's just game player left alive with the spike, but he finds the first on SEO. Does not get the transfer onto Dre. A costly anti-bonus there for the side of Fuel. The
Mhm.
bonus from Violet doing so much economy damage, which means Fuel, they're going to be in trouble, especially if they can't win this next round. And this really is just on the back. Woody finding that first contact, but just finds the one, gets stunned up. Spoken gets picked off by Claro, but a great trade from Game Player, who's going to be able to find 2 in the round for themselves. I think the team's going to be super happy off that one. But
Yeah.
we'll see. You know, they're able to, they get the 1 round on. They're hoping to, you know, snowball this. But you got a Bucky for Claro Lover. You got a Guardian for SEO, a Judge for Woody. The guns aren't great, especially into the Odin of Spoken here, as the ultimate for Clove is going to be up, which is, it just means that second lease on life is available. So you're going to have to play a 6-5. And it looks like they're going to be playing a quick C main approach here. Woody Bandit already dashing up on top of box here, looking for the first contact onto Woody, spams through, but SEO finds 1. The trades are coming out aggressively. Woody Bandit finds 2. Hog Rider finding 1 himself. And he's just going to be holding in this CT angle here. Deny, though, spraying him out. See if they can find Enter. Flash comes out for Deny, finds 1. No trade on the side of Violet Rangers, but Hog Rider is going to pick up the last 2 with a triple kill. 3-1, a quick round there for Violet Rangers, just off of the fact that they had the gun advantage. They just play quick. They know they have the money. They can just do whatever they want here. Fuel lose another round.
Yeah, truly, it is down to the economy at this point. As we're going into round 4, we do see again that Odin come out because Spoken did not go down. And again, the cheaper options, almost everyone on Fuel running pistols except for 1 Stinger. It's looking pretty rough already. We're going 1-3, and Violet does have 1 ultimate up.
This Outlaw for Sparkle especially could be dangerous, but Woody finds the Woody Bandit on the meantime. SEO pulls the knives, drops the Sheriff to try to get some value, misses them, and now doesn't have a gun, as 3 players of Fuel are going to fall to their adversaries. Violet Rangers. Drone comes out here for Spoken, who's trying to get the spray through the wall. SEO so low, gets spammed instead by Hog Rider there, as it's just a 1 versus 4 for Woody, left alone on A site. Just going to have to concede.
Yeah. No, that was a lot of action in B. We saw a little bit of a bait with one going onto A long, but then they pulled back into B, and it was just absolute bloodshed there. Now there's only 1 person left on Fuel. They do get the plant down. Woody now has a limited amount of time. They need to figure out.
Woody just looking to play safe here for sure. Just definitely wants to keep this gun as their economy's definitely in trouble. And it's on these light rounds, right? On these low buy rounds, these no armor rounds, where this Outlaw from Sparkle really starts to tear through the health bars of Fuel, as well as the Phantom buys. Means it's still a one-shot without the armor, so you don't need to go for that Vandal. You can just get that better accuracy from the Phantom. Woody gonna push up to try to find a late pick. Gonna play maybe TP out. Gonna chase Hog Rider into the corner here. That is trying to play for the clutch, as they just realize they don't have the time. The gun, they will have a buy for next round, as they did have enough money saved up. Finds the 1, gets a little bit of damage, but it is just rezzed up for the side of Hog Rider. Fuel down to 1-4 here. They got to bounce back here. Again, this is an attack-sided map for sure, so they're trying to get a couple rounds on attack, right? 4, 5, these are where you're going to start to feel really confident. Obviously, when you get more than the half, right, more than 6, you're going to feel a lot better. But if you get 4 or 5, you can kind of pick it up on the attack side for yourself, as you will have 2 ults up here for Fuel, both from the Shadows and the Neural Theft here. Going to look for, once a pick comes out for Claro Lover, you'll be able to tell where everyone is. Woody going to look for maybe a flank play, maybe a TP play, maybe a clutch play with this ultimate, but they're not the highest impact ultimates.
Yep. And we did actually see the Clove ult kind of get wasted at the end of the last round there, meaning Fuel does have a little bit more of an advantage, although we do see the Clove bringing defuse. And it looks like they're going to go for an A plant as they start to realize that not many people are on that half of the map.
Deny TP's away because the TP was expiring, but that meant they didn't get any contact. They don't know that there's 5 players here walking up long. That 3 going to look to play towards short here, as they're going to just be playing a clean A play, and you have 3 players on the other side of the map. SEO will be able to notice as they do get the info, they get the noise. Fault line comes in here. Deny TP's back out. Dre on a great off angle finds 2, 1 through the smoke. And we'll find the trade here, as it's just a fight in heaven, but SEO is going to win that 4v2 here. Fuel Woody picking 1 up. It's just Spoken with the Odin left alive in a 1v2. It's spray through here, 26 bullets. The spike is down in corner on site. Has one shock dart. If they play this cross correctly, Fuel should be able to take this round. Just gonna pick up the Phantom to try to get this better mid-range gunplay here. Not gonna be able to spam these angles as Deny takes that first swing. 12 seconds on the clock. Time is in Fuel's favor as well as the positioning. Deny and Claro Lover. Beautiful cross there. Fuel taking that round. It's not too bad as you do pick up the Odin yourself. So now you have a little bit more gun power, but the Odin will be rebought as Violet still has such good economy here. And that's really off just a great play from Dre there, getting the 2 picks tucked away inside that cubby there, as well as SEO winning the duel up on Heaven.
Yeah.
You're still, you've got 3 ults now. You do have that Hunter's Fury, but you're into 4 ults, including that Rolling Thunder here for the side of Game Player. Can completely tear open A site or C site. To be honest, any of them. As well as the ultimate here for Sparkle, who uses it as well as the knives are pulled. So 2 aggressive ultimates. The Operator and the knives are on line here.
They're really going in all for A here. We see the Sky already pushing down into A long. They're gonna try to take A immediately by force here. We only have 1 Euro holding that corner there.
Have the 2 knives though. Or they have the knife and the Operator. They have so many ultimates used here. Nye gonna place Clone here to try to get a play here. Spams through the smoke, gets a little tag onto the Booty Bandit. It's not enough, as they are going to get traded out by Spoken, but did pick off Sparkle, which means the Chamber Op is out of the game. The plant will come down as SEO stuck in Heaven with a Marshall. Finds 1 player stuck in main. The Hunter's Fury there from Dre, finding so much value. The pincer here for Fuel, but Game Player in the same spot Dre was in. Needs to get cleared out by this drone. Will not, as Booty Bandit's going to shoot it instead. The Paranoia comes out for Woody. Dre finds Game Player, but the Game Player is going to get the better. Woody jumping with the Judge, but it's a 1v2 all of a sudden in what should have been a free win for Fuel. It's a 1v1. Claro Lover going to win that clutch and get the defuse. A great clutch there for the side. Dre coming over to Claro Lover to give him a hug.
Absolutely beautiful clutch up from Claro there. Also, good to see CO back on the sniper rifles. He is absolutely deadly with those, as you saw earlier with that Heaven play. You know, just getting these little picks off, that's all that matters.
This looked like it was a free win for the side of Fuel. It was a 4v2, but the Clove and the Jet were just able to fight back. Woody's jumping shotgun play gets 1, but the other ones fall. But Claro Lover was there to make sure the round was still won. Wins those 2 1v1s. Did use the Neural Theft, though, to make sure that that 1v1 was a little bit more playable, which means you're down that info ultimate. You're into 2 ultimates here for the side of Violet Rangers, including that Breach ult, which could just completely open up a site. But he does seem to just be playing towards C alone, trying to make some noise. As TP in for Deny yet again, just going to give up site as they're walking down short. Jet already here on an angle, trying to take a duel against Dre. Going to be pushing aggressively here, but is already down to 14 HP.
Yeah, those early picks off. I mean, that Sky being so low, that's going to be really bad, because if they need to get that vertical positioning, which is the whole point of bringing Sky on this map, you know, getting into sight very fast and getting that vertical, that advantage is lost when the Sky is going to die immediately. We do see a pick off on Deny there.
Jet finds 1, but Dre finds the trade, as well as Hog Rider spamming, getting that good trade there. SEO going to swing in, but just dashes back, has to run. Jet not able to entry there. Claro Lover going to be up in Heaven with an Odin, as spamming down into Hell, trying to find anything here, but it's just not the Game Player going to be playing correctly. SEO wins the Jet duel here, as Game Player swings out, gets the trade. Said Hog Rider actually going to pick that one up. Woody on the back with a Spectre. It's a 2v2, but the gun advantage is definitely in the favor of Violet. Claro Lover going to drop down. Actually, Spoken, though, going to die. Or Claro Lover going to die to fall damage. But Woody is going to win that duel. Another clutch for Fuel. These rounds are not clean, but they're winning them. They're now up to 4-4, tying the game up. Getting a little bit more, you know, on this A site, they're finding more success, which means I feel like Violet, they have to switch it up. They have to go C or B, as Fuel has found these answers on A. They're playing these retakes very well. See if they can keep this up going into the next round. Deny good damage onto the Booty Bandit there. Just meant he couldn't play as aggressively as he wanted to. Claro Lover looking for the spam. Just doesn't find the mark. SEO wins this. Game Player. Spoken, actually. Honestly, Claro Lover jumped out of the window and died to fall damage, which probably wasn't what you wanted there, but Spoken was there waiting anyways, as now two ultimates still sitting on this breach and this Sova ult here for the side of Violet. As in the meantime, yeah, they realized A site was a little bit strong now, so they're just going to head straight to C. Hunter's Fury is used aggressively to try to clear out, but instead it tags their own teammate just a little bit as Scan comes in, dash in, but Claro Lover finds one spam kill. It's immediately traded. Deny finds two, though, but a random 4K.
Just utter bloodshed. We do see the Clove ult come out, and just like that.
Win the round. But it's out of nowhere. I mean,
yeah.
SEO, there's just such a fast play. All 10 players of the game were just sitting over towards C side. Deny picks off two, but Hog Rider finds two as well as the Bennett finds that trade. 16 and 8 for this Clove right now, making it clear why they picked this more aggressive, more solo carry type of controller here, because they're just shooting beautifully. As the guns are gonna be weird again. You're gonna have the Outlaw yet again, but Fuel, double shotgun. Classics, a Sheriff. I mean, you're just in economy problems. SEO pulls out the knives. It's really your only hope here. Try to take this duel aggressively into the breach, who is not ready for it. SEO realizing maybe the C-site player of Violet is their weak point, as they just haven't really found anything so far. Again, the breach ult will not be used this round, as Woody looking for a paranoia to clear out C, clearing T spawn. Trades coming in, and they're going to be winning these fights. Just a one trade instead of getting three here. But Hog Rider, the hot hand for Violet Rangers, is going to be here, ready to take these duels. Woody going to get caught on the escape, but Dre is here and will catch out Hog Rider, holding, but the timing, one, but misses the second, but finds the third shot.
And that's what trigger discipline is all about. Absolutely cheeky little play there.
Almost a horror there, though, for Dre.
Almost, yeah.
Woody gets caught on the escape. Dre just sees the util out, says, I'm going to get a second one. I feel it. And then hits the first shot, and then, misses the two shots on the next target, but does hit it before that chamber was just able to react, because he had that Outlaw, so he had to scope in first. So good trigger discipline there for Dre, winning the round 5-5. And again, as I said, 4 or 5 rounds on this defense side is really where you're going to be feeling happy. If they can bring this to a 6th or even a 7th, then they're going to be ecstatic.
Absolutely. And it's good seeing the skills kind of dispersed around here, right? 5 and 5. Nobody's getting steamrolled. This is what we love to see. This means the matches are going to be more intense. They're going to be more holding,
Woody Bandit gonna jump right into that smoke and get a face full of pellets there from the Bucky of Deny, as Dre gonna be clearing out this B site. The B plays for the side of Violet, just not doing anything. A clean ace there, or not ace, flawless for Fuel, as they're gonna go up to 6 and 5, and it feels like they're finding their footing. This B site is completely free to hold. It feels like the Violet Rangers just do not really play. They're playing an A and a C site map when you have 3 sites here. As their A site was where it was strong, but once Fuel figured that out, they've been kind of stopping it here. C site did work out in the favor of Violet last time. I feel like you're just going to see another C site play, maybe a B as well. Could be a B garage into a C play. Kind of the traditional play you're used to seeing if it's not an A site play. We'll see, though, as you do have this Hunter's Fury up for Dre. The only ult for the side of Violet is going to be those knives for Djibouti Bandit. But I don't think you're going to use it this round, as you have the money. That's the last round. You have to.
Absolutely. And we see a beautiful pick. Again, CO, he has that amazing abilities with the sniper rifle. We get a second pick off, making it down to a 4v4. And it's a hot start to the match. We do see, again, with that C push.
Double op?
I think they realized that they didn't need to be pushing A. It wasn't their luck.
Fuel running a double op play there, because they knew that as soon as SEO uses the op, they're expecting C to not have an op player on it, but instead Claro also has an op, just gets right-clicked by the knives. Djibouti Bandit not wanting to play any dangerous game there. 3v2 here, Fuel in favor, SEO in C long. From the T-side spawn, going to be able to get that first pick, as now Djibouti Bandit stuck alone on site, not able to find anything. 7-5 lead for Fuel, bouncing back after a 1-4 start. Taking this first half 7-5. Now they're heading to the attack side, which is really where, this map kind of shines. Attack is definitely stronger, as well as the side Violet Rangers. Their comp kind of struggles on defense. You have a Breach who really likes to play on that attack side to clear out these A long, A short, and then as well as C long. And then you have a Clove who just doesn't have that same level of stopping power as an Omen does with the Paranoia. So interested to see how they'll be able to play, especially as they also don't have a true Sentinel. I mean, they have the Chamber, but he won't be able to trip up areas as much as the Cypher was for Claro Lover. So we'll see how Fuel can do on this double duelist comp of theirs on this attack side. And it looks like they're going to play towards A.
Yeah. We also see a lot of economy going out. 3 pistols with only 2 sheriffs for Fuel here. Then we do get 1 pick immediately off on Woody.
Yeah, for the side of Violet, you're definitely looking to win this pistol because it can start you up on another hot streak. As Claro Lover going to take that first trade into Hog Rider. Pick already went off to Woody. Claro Lover going to get traded on the other side as game player there to make sure to cover Hog Rider as best as possible. Fuel really struggles on these pistols so far. As it's going to be 3v4. Yeah, 3v4 now as Dre is going to find the win on the duel of the Sova there. 3 players in B main here now for Fuel. Looking, but Booty Bandit going to find that first pick onto SEO. 3v4 here. Ray might be able to find game player. First contact, but not hitting the shots. As Deny left alone in a 1v3 here. Does pick off 1. If they pick off Booty Bandit, it's super winnable as last HP. I mean, Breach is so low. It's just this Jet that's really your scary member, but going to jump up and get shot in the body by that Sheriff. An almost clutch there. The pistol going to go over to Violet Rangers.
Yep. And it seems like Fuel isn't too hot on these initial rounds, which is not fantastic when, you know, Valorant has a lot of huge factors to how you win a match, but economy is definitely one of the greatest ones. If they aren't comfortable with the weapons that they need to be buying, like on the cheaper side of things, then that can absolutely throw the score for them. As we go into the second round, we do see that economy, right? We have a Sheriff and a Ghost.
Yeah, once you lose that first pistol round, right, you're not really going to be buying on the next round. Maybe some Sheriffs here and there just try to get some damage. Speaking of damage, Booty Bandit and Sparkle going to be pushing so aggressively up C long there. I mean, was basically inside of the spawn of Fuel there and just going to take that early contact onto Claro Lover, win that out. So it's already a 2v5 here, or 3v5 rather, for the side of Violet Rangers. As, yeah, again, the guns are not going to be favored as this is the round where they'll have the money, you won't. They're looking to play that bonus. So the thing with pistols is it can kind of just be a guaranteed 2. Guaranteed 2 round wins. If they win that bonus, then it's almost always a guaranteed 4 round wins. So, I mean, here, Fuel, they don't want to give up too much space, but Hog Rider are going to find that pick-me-up used to keep that over health as Dre going to be shot, but a right click from the Classic is enough to one-shot anything without armor as Deny going to take this contact here into game player.
We do see a very split up play from Fuel here with Dre being the last one alive. He does have the bomb, but he is trying to sneak onto C. They know where he is. Comms are going out, and he does die.
Dre just boxed in there, unable to do anything. Gets caught by the trip of the Cypher, then gets caught by the fault line, and then a spam from Spoken there with the Odin is going to clear him out of Garage there. Now, Fuel down 2 more rounds, so now it's even game, 7-7. They want to bounce back. It seems like these early rounds when the weapon disadvantages are in the favor of Violet, or weapon advantages are in the favor of Violet rather, is where they really start to struggle. Is Booty Bandit going to have that Operator Outlaw for Sparkle? So one's going to be over to C, one is going to be over, seems to be B. Normally you'd see him over towards A main, but instead he's pushing up aggressively B with an Outlaw as contact not going to be made for Booty Bandit as he's going to play towards more of this corner. Does get picked off Hog Rider. Bandit as well on this off angle. 2 members already of Fuel falling. A third one, a spam through the Paranoia blind as it's a 5v1 and it's a flawless for the side of Violet Rangers without even taking a tick of damage of their own. Just stopping that C play before it could even begin.
Rough start to Fuel on the attacking side. I think they need to they need a little minute to warm up to attacking. They need to realize where their aggression needs to be, and especially what site to play. As we saw that A was not working very well for Violet initially.
Looks to be a full stinger play here for Fuel, so they're going to be playing aggressively, likely towards B side, maybe towards C as well. But yeah, they're going to be pushing quick and aggressive as they don't really care. I mean, you have these guns that are good when you're kind of moving good, really good in this close range, and Game player gonna find two already through this smoke. SEO getting stuck on his own teammate on the dash, but finds two with the frenzy. Picks up the Vandal. Woody making sure to cover the crossbar. Gonna trade in here. SEO, a beautiful flick on a Sparkle there. A triple here in this round already, as the plant might go down, but Dre's be careful as they know the Odin is here. But they know C is weak now. They know both players were over towards A, so they're just gonna plant safely over towards C. Make sure to cover both that barrage play and that CT side play. See, SEO pushing up aggressively through garage, checking window here in B main. Woody as well on drop. Not going to find anything yet. Contact here in garage, as Spoken is not going to check it effectively. Tried to jump peek it, but Woody tucked away enough. And going to win that fight as well against the operator. A good thrifty there for Fuel, and that's really what you need on those low econ, on those eco rounds, right? You just need to play fast, play aggressive, kind of balls to the wall, you know?
Absolutely. That is exactly what Fuel did here. They displayed that fantastically. About that econ, right? That strategy of buying cheap and then bum rushing effectively and stealing the guns from the people with the higher economy. It clearly worked out very well for them as they sort of balance out their economy, as you can see here. Fuel taking it a little bit higher than Violet.
Able to pick up that operator as well, which means SEO is now online with the op, right? Your main opper has that weapon in hand. Now, only 2 players of Fuel had to buy there, so everyone else will be fine, maybe able to buy for their team after this round, especially if they end up winning. We'll see, as it's a full buy for both teams. It's looking, first contact here on A. It's a quick A play for both teams. Woody Bandit going to find the first trade. Denied trades out. As Hog Rider swinging out, finds 2. Going to play out on Dre, but misses out with the Outlaw. As it's now 2v3 here. Dre going to play back, watching, just looking for this drone, trying to find any information. Finds this player playing Cubby. You're not sneaky. As SEO pushes up, but does get, spotted by that recon bolt. Looks like Fuel, they might look to make a fake play. They were going to make a rotate, but they're faking it, and they're just going to go right back up short.
We actually see the chamber. He's trying to be a little bit aware of this, figuring they only have 40 seconds left on the clock. They do have enough time to rotate, so he's watching those back lines just in case. But we do see they are going to go on A. They made up their mind. We do see that pick. Dre gets on game player. It is down to a 2v2. The shock dart goes out. And it does get the tag and kills Dre.
SEO left alone, 1v2, but has the operator, which isn't really the gun you want in the situation, but wins one. It's just the player in heaven. He dropped down. He's behind sight. SEO finds it, now grabs the Vandal to maybe be able to spam this spike better. Time is on his side, but the Odin is a stronger gun in general, but never mind the high penetration power of the Vandal spamming through box there. Going to win a clutch there for Fuel off of a great 1v2 on the back of SEO. And what looked like it would have just been over immediately as Fuel was down. Hog Rider with a beautiful swing here, but does loot the trade onto Dre. They won that. The round was pretty much over. It's a little too slow on the switch, or on the swing here from the Odin player in heaven. Not playing contact wrestling. When you're in a 2v1, you don't have to swing aggressively. You can play a little more, you can play it off together. You can swing at the same time. But he dropped down, which meant he wasn't able to. 3 ultimates up. The knives are pulled out for the side of Booty Bandit. Looking for something here.
We do see that ult immediately come out at the start. Trying to get that recon in as we see a push onto C.
Sparkle finding 2 players. Pushing up deep C long there. Gonna find Woody and then finds the player on the TP back. Hog Rider has a timing here. SEO is none the wiser as it's just Dre stuck in this corner here. Will not win the duel. It's Nye versus the world. It's going to get picked off by Spoken. And immediately the tides are right back into the favor of Violet Rangers. 9-9 here. Seems to be, I mean, these C plays, right? The chamber walks up slowly, touches the door, then finds this trade in Cubby, picks off one, TP's back, and then picks off Claro Lover, pushing in through Garage, trying to punish the TP. Hog Rider as well finds 2. The Clove and the Chamber finding some real magic here as Clove 26 and 15 on this map.
Yeah.
Lights out performance so far. Kind of keeping their team in this game. It's 9-9, but in the scoreboard outside of the Clove, I don't think it would reflect that. As now looking for something. 3 ults on the side of Violet Rangers, including this Breach ultimate. the Omen ult is used into Heaven. So Woody actually in hell gonna look for a play here, but gets spotted out, but finds the trade onto game player. Does get traded out, but it's a 2-for-2 trade for both teams here as Fuel rotating towards A site, but so is Violet.
And we do see 2 ultimates on the side of Fuel, meaning if they need to, they can have that extra leverage as they go for the push. They do get taken out. And just like that, Violet takes the next round.
Play a little bit too fast there from Fuel. Don't have time. You have the spike, but instead, Woody going for this play, finds the one, but doesn't find anything outside of this. Is spoken, finds something close, gets the trade. And then Fuel walks into the waiting arms of Violet Rangers on A site there. 3 ultimates here. Biggest ones, I mean, you see probably the knives are for sure going to be pulled this round, I imagine. The side of SEO, as well as you see 4 ultimates for the side of Violet Rangers. The operator will not be pulled as he has his own currently in the inventory. The other ults may be used, especially this breach ult. Yep, knives are out for SEO, trying to find any value on this eco round.
That immediate knife play, again from CO, excellent marksmanship from him. He has some crazy precision, so that knife coming out right at the start, especially for their future econ, is going to be fantastic. As they make this push onto A, we see 2 different pushes. Although from the right side there, CO is going to try to get a little bit of oppression, trying to catch anybody off guard who's rotating. He does get picked off by the Booty Bandit there. As Plant goes down on C. It's down to a 2v5. We still have that Sova all up, so Fuel might be able to take off anybody flanting. We get that beautiful dodge teleport there.
Right, but did get picked off by the metal, which means the decay comes out, but we'll be able to survive. But the stick is just going to come in for game player. 11-9 lead. Side of Violet Rangers, they're looking to close this one out, win Haven here. Take this a split. Take the 1-0 lead up against Fuel here as... And this has just been the Glove show. I mean, as well as the Jet's been doing well as well. I mean, but 27-15 here for level 16 Hog Rider. As now.
Insane name, by the way.
Yeah, a couple fun names for sure on the side of Violet Rangers. But we'll see if Fuel can find the answer here on this attack side. Seems like A has been kind of where A and B is where they're shining. C has been quite a weak point so far, as they're still fighting into 4 ultimates, as well as this breach ult. So if he hears any noise on A, he could just rip that instantly to stop any push for the side of Fuel. As first pick coming out for SEO, got that trade through with that operator, finding that pick inside of the garage. Now looking for something, but he meant it here in A main. Deny, Clara Lover do not know, but only picked off 1, which means Deny does know there's someone behind. Won't be able to clear him out. Instead, just pushing quickly into A. There is Jet of Violet, who already has taken that full site. Fuel. Doesn't matter. They're on the attack side. They're looking to play B. Aggressive TP there from Woody is going to get caught out by Hog Rider as they're looking back over towards C, but it just feels like they're playing a game of cat and mouse. They're just running around the map, not committing to any play, but losing members at every which way. Now, Deny going to be left alone to 1v1 Sparkle here, but Sparkle picked off the spike in C-Long, wins that trade with the op. It's a 1v4 retake here for SEO. Will not win the op duel. 12-9 Fuel on Death's Door for this map. They have to dig deep and find some sort of answer here, as great play there from the Jet as well. Sparkle winning out, holding C. I mean, C anchor beautifully there for the side of Sparkle, as be heading into
final round.
Potentially the final round of the map.
Hopefully not.
See if Fuel can bring us to overtime or not. They do have a Judge and a Stinger. It's not the econ you want to have, the buys you want to have in these rounds. You're into, I mean, 2 Light Shields, a Stinger, a Judge. You're into an Operator, which one-shots regardless. But, I mean, these Vandals and these Phantoms will do so much damage as well. Sparkle looking to find the player swinging out into Garage, but doesn't find it. Lover pushing up short here with Judge, trying to find anything, as well as Woody covering, but the smoke here for the side of...
We do see Fuel's a little bit more broken up, especially like the last round there. We get that pick off the trade. And Fuel's not looking too hot here. They are very split up.
Winning, though. They've gotten 2 picks. 1 pick off for the side of Violet Rangers. They get the spike down onto A here. hoping to keep this up. SEO finds some Hunter's Fury out for Dre, shooting down the health bars of Violet Rangers. Tagged one member. The Clove will be able to get a pick-me-up, heal up a little bit here. Down to 70 HP. Has that ultimate as well on the side. So we'll be able to get that res. Will be the first contact likely here for the side of Violet Rangers. They look to take this retake. The spike is ticking down dangerously. Sparkle picks off SEO. The time, though, it's on the side of Fuel. They just have to play contact, make sure not to give it up. And the spike is bound to explode here. Fuel keeping themselves in it for one more round, bringing us to 12 and 10. Claro Lover going to get caught out on the exit here, not going to be able to save that weapon.
Thankfully, Fuel takes that back, meaning they just need 3 more rounds in the bag, and they got that first map under control.
2 rounds to bring us to OT. Got to win the 2 in there, right? We'll see if they can bring us there, or if Violet Rangers can close this one out after a very solid defense side from them here. Seeing full buys across the table, except for 2 judges. Both Sentinel players having judges. Seems to be Blue Bandit has both. Has a shorty, going to be pulling Operator as well, looking for something. Going to be pulling aggressive A play here, as Fuel is going to walk into this. They have the fault line ready for game player, as well as that Rolling Thunder, which can just completely snuff out any attempt Fuel makes. The Operator's in the hand of Sparkle from that op. That ultimate spoken. Maybe the first contact here. Owl droning out into A main. This is maybe a timing, but Claro Lover doesn't know. Gray. Woody looking to play something on B here. Game player, though, holding safe, making sure to play any contact. But as the smoke fades, SEO might be the first member to be spotted.
And we do see a lot of that really early safe plays. They might be a little bit stressed out, right? Again, very close to ending. We do see that pick off on denial, unfortunately. But we did see a lot of flank watch right at the start and trying to get everybody grouped together, making sure nobody is apart. We see Spike go down, a lot of utility go off.
Util spam here for the side of Violet Rangers. Fuel did get that tag onto the breach, but the ultimate comes in. Claro Lover kind of just knocked out of position. All members of Fuel are stunned up. It is a 2-for-2. Woody winning these fights. The ultimate is out for Clove, but an aggressive swing here from game player, and all of a sudden, it's on the back of Woody to keep them in this, but it's not going to be enough. Fuel going to lose Haven 13-10 off the back of a fantastic performance from level 16 Hog Rider.
Absolutely. Again, insane name, but it's, you know, it's all fun and games here. That means that Violet Rangers, they get that first point on the board, and we are going to move into Split. Do you know Fuel's history with Split?
I don't know how Fuel plays Split yet to see it, so we'll see if they can bring this one forward, if they can keep themselves in this series, keep their playoff hopes alive, of course, or if Violet Rangers is going to stop that here and now on Split.
Yep. But we'll have to see just after a quick break. We are coming back from our break. The second map is split as we go into character selection here. It's going to be interesting to see how the team comps switch up here, as split is a much more opposite map from Haven,
Yeah,
as it's going to be a lot tighter and a lot more narrow, especially on that middle section and the more left half of that map.
yeah, interesting. There's a lot of different, schools of thought when it comes to a split comp. I think Fuel, judging by what they're hovering right now, they're going to be playing towards more mid control, making sure that mid is stopped with that Sage pickup as well. That can also stop, that B main play, but we'll see how that ends up playing out as both teams going to have a Viper. The Waylay going to be the pick here for Deny, not wanting to go to the Yoru, not wanting to go to the Jet. I think Waylay is probably the strongest duelist right now in the game, so interesting to see how that's going to play out. Omen going to be kept up as well. Hog Rider going to stick towards the patented Clove. We'll see how much value the Sky can get over the Fade as well. I think that's really the big one. I think Fade has a little bit more value on this map just overall. The scan's a little bit more nice. You're not really finding too much value from the dogs outside of maybe mid here and there. As this is Fuel's map pick, so we'll see how they're going to be able to pilot it. Haven was Violet Ranger's map pick. They did take that first map, of course. Fuel looking to bounce back, win their first pistol of the series to try to keep themselves in this one. As you win these pistols, especially considering they are on the attack side. Let's see, it looks like they're playing towards A.
Mhm. Although it might be less in their favor because of their attack. Having that Viper and having the ability to really truly hold down, again, such a short map is it's going to be really valuable for Violet here. As we go into the very start of our first match, again, we see that Viper and that Waylay aggression coming out.
Will dash in there for the side of Deny, but does not find anything. Sparkle instead finding the first contact, TPing back. Now, Slow is out. SEO going to get caught by the dog here. It's pretty bad. Going to swing out, but not be able to find anything. Game player, though, did pick off the Viper, won the Viper duel. It gets traded, picked off a little bit there, but not too much. A double satchel trying to find an aerial play with a right click there, but did not find it. Just shuffling between classics there on the ground, just shooting as much as possible. The Slow comes in for Sage, but Fuel, they're corralled into their own spawn. They're going to have to swing out here. SEO first contact gets double swung there from the side of Violet. Bandit going to push aggressively. It's just Dre left alone in. He's not going to be able to win it out. Another pistol, one for Violet Rangers. 3-0 so far for pistols for them. Voodoo Bandit already off to a hot start. 3-0 start here as they're going to be back into a bye round here. A judge for Voodoo Bandit is so strong on this map, which is how tight everything is. Nye not finding anything on that first initial entry. Means they blow most of their cooldowns just before anything can come. A solo Sheriff by here for the side of Deny. Outlaw, Stingers, Spectres here. Going to be a classic, or spy here for the side of Violet.
And again, Violet is going to get that economy boost right at the start. Seems like Fuel isn't too great with those initial startups, but it's all right. We still have 11 more rounds of potential gameplay. Maybe even more, as we saw in the last stream.
Likely a lot more. I don't believe seeing a 13-0 here. I think both these teams are somewhat evenly matched. Fuel just has to find the answers on these early rounds. Carol Lover going to win out on the Viper dual mid, which means mid control is all in favor of Fuel now as Woody will be pushing up deep here on slope, finds the first pick. As Woody Bennett going to be cleared out in two ropes, but does not get caught as Deny. Instead going to get caught out by Spoken here. Carol Lover, though, will be able to make sure that nothing happens on the ropes, but Bray cleared it out with a right click. As now it's a 2v3 here for Fuel, but the health bars not large. The Sage have the heal is the question for Dre, or is Dre just going to have to swing out low? Hog Rider's going to be the first one to find, but the orb comes out for Claro Lover. A almost unscoped shot there from SEO, but instead Claro Lover going to clear it out. Ray did fall, but it's spoken at a 1v2. The health is an advantage. Claro Lover going to fully heal up as it was decay. SEO looking for this plant, has a slow. It's a Spectre here out from heaven. Trying to find something here. Does find the dog. Here, drop, splash out, but Claro Lover playing this low ground, almost finding something, but SEO going to have to win that in a 1v1, and does exactly that, but it's not what they want. But it is a Thrifty overall. Thrifty there for Fuel, so they're pretty happy, right? You did not have anything going into that except for a single Sheriff there for the side of Deny, so able to stop that snowball off of the pistol round to just 1 round, which means now full buy here for Fuel will be nice.
Absolutely. And again, it's all about that economy. Having the ability to use the correct weapons, especially, when you have somebody like CO on your team who's absolutely amazing with those marksman's rifles, is just going to be extremely beneficial for the rest of the round. As we go into that second round, we do see CO without the outlaw, of course. Again, very powerful with that. We see a lot of utility go out as Fuel makes a push onto A here again, trying to go for that slightly easier site.
Sparkle, though, holding here with a right click, could find the first person. The deny swings in, just TPs right back out, uses that rewind, finds escape, but Woody will get caught out trying to smoke out Log Rider, but deny picks off 2 in the meantime. Drop here in ropes, game player did pick that off, but it gets a 1 versus 3, and they will not have the accuracy on the rope there to win that out. Deny finding a 3K for himself in that round, getting himself online. As overall, I mean, the round, it's a quick, easy over 1, but Sparkle does not find anything with this close play, which is really where it starts, as Deny just goes back, and then wins these fights up in around here. Now they're going to be playing slow. It's now full buy for both teams here, but Fuel will be playing another A play. They don't really want to hit these other sides, but they can always rotate towards mid. Mid control is just entirely based off of both Vipers fighting each other every round. As spams come in, nades come in, paint shells, everything used here. Just the first initial wave of utility here for Violet Ranger to try to stop any engage from Fuel. But Claro Lover is behind here in ropes. As Deny and Woody are going to be pushing up, finds first contact of Sparkle. Sparkle dropping down right into the waiting arms of Claro Lover there.
And again, we see these slower and like almost more agitated plays, with Split being such a wide map, right? You have those tunnels, you have ropes, a lot of vertical over on B. It's kind of a labyrinth of a map, and that makes it a little bit slower, but we do see some great picks off of that close quarters combat. We see a blind go out. Hog Rider does go down, and CO is going to try to plant here. He does get it off, meaning Fuel has the time, and it is down to a 1v3. Spoken is going to try to clutch up here. We'll see if he does.
He has much damage, but makes so much noise here, breaking the wall. Has to break 2 segments just to get in, which means Woody knows there is someone here. Spams it in, but does get flashed out, but will not find anything. Woody finds that first contact, wins that team ace there for the side of Fuel, as they're going to go up 3-1 early game. A bit of a difference from last one, where they ended up going down 1-4. Fist bumps coming out. The SEO seems to be a little bit of a finger touch instead. Interesting. Maybe a new tech just dropped.
Yeah, honestly, the meta in supporting your team, right?
Yeah, no more fist bumps. We're down to solo finger touches. This is a great play here for Claro Lover, just getting that pick off in ropes. Making sure that the exit from Sparkle not going to be effective, as the main duelist here for Violet Ranger, one of the 2 they have in this comp, has not been finding success so far. Fuel, 2 players over to B, including the spike here in SEO's hand. Looks like to be a bit of a fake play here on A, just going to make as much noise as possible. The Waylay TPing right back, just dashing all the way. Make sure, just try to clear out as much as possible, but did not find much, as instead Sparkle will be playing inside of ropes.
We do see everybody's almost gotten their ults. We do see Spoken coming pretty high up on that. Same with the Omen Woody there.
Here though,
yeah, as they push onto B, and both teams are pretty evenly spread across the map.
Contact in mid though, as first trade going to be come out from Sparkle. Woody on drop, trying to play around, swinging back around through spawn, as Dre is up deep here on ramp, is already pushed basically inside the room. Woody and SEO are going to win their trade, but Woody has to be careful, as there's a player nearby. Try to pick it off, but instead Spike is going to go down on B site of Fuel, as Spoken gets spammed up by Dre, who was on that flank through ropes. It's just up to Booty Bandit left alone here. High ground finds, picked off by Woody, but nothing else seems to be coming here, as they're going to pick up a different stinger instead of having to reload. Like they're just going to be playing around, looking to loop around here. Has the showstopper, so could maybe make some magic happen. Double satchel, showstopper, stinger. This is not impossible, but is getting spammed out as the time. It's ticking down. Fuel has all the luxury here, and they are going to take that round 4-win lead. And Laughter is in the columns for Fuel.
And we did see quite a bit of advantage on Fuel there. It seems like the objective is absolutely mandatory for them, as having that ability to control the time and get that pressure onto Violet, it's throwing them off a bit. We can really see that this was Fuel's map pick as they go on 1-4, and Fuel's doing pretty solid as we look at their KDs there. Very well, evenly spaced out. 5 and then 4 4s. Pretty great leaderboard as we move on into the 6th match here.
Yeah, 6th round here. Clearlever going to get flashed out here in this cubby. Is able to maybe escape. It's just a problem. There's slows out. There's no utility for Fuel outside of a single Prowler. What are you going to find that first contact? Game player just not ready for someone to swing out as aggressively as Woody did there. Now going to be in mail, clearing this out. Now up into B Heaven. And Spoken, taking this first trade, does win it out. Woody falling here. The Seekers are going to be used, deployed to try to find all members of Fuel, stop anything, but they're just broken here in mid. Clearlever going to be the last one to find one, be able to clear it out, but it does spot a bit of info. Now they know Clearlever's in ropes here, does win the duel into Hog Rider, though, in the meantime. Somehow, should have had the first contact, but Clearlever getting better here as they're going to clear out mail, clear out this. And again, Power cleared out. Nye falls another, and now it's just a 1 versus 4. Booty Bandit seems, when your entry duelist Raze is your last alive every round, something has to be going wrong, even if you're on the defense side. I mean, Raze should never be the last one left. Does find 2 though, the 1v2, but the res comes out from SEO to keep the economy up, to make sure that this round is not losable. They know a showstopper is online, but there's no other utility, as SEO sitting on that rope is going to get that headshot, and more Laughter.
Another win for Fuel. I think Violet might need to step it up here and realize that, especially with that Raze being the last one alive, that they need to be playing a little bit more aggressively despite being on defense. If this is what could throw off Fuel and potentially get them the win, you know, they do have to switch up their strategy in some way, as they are going 1-5.
Yeah, it's, you know, ultimates are still up here. 4 ultimates here for the side of Fuel. So they're looking for everything except for their res. There's a little bit more access here. Sparkle looking for a trade, but Justin TP back in time as the heal going to come in. So no real damage is done except for a little bit onto your Viper. Means you won't be able to swing out as aggressively. You will get picked off by game players. So no more really, no wall, no screens. Viper's pit deployed for game player to make sure that this A play, this B play rather, is completely stopped. But this falls in a spam play from SEO, which means the Viper's pit falls immediately. Now the rest of Fuel collapsing, and it feels like Violet just have not found the answer on this defense side. They're left alive with just a Bucky in B main, and that's not really what you want to be. I mean, you have to use the classic to win these long-range duels. Does find one, has the smoke, has the dog. It's going to make sure that an aggressive play is not possible for SEO. A jump, one shot with the Bucky, a flash. Has to grab this weapon somehow, though, but they're just going to be trouble. The dead man smoke, though, here for the Clove means it's a possibility, but Woody with a 4K in the round is going to win that one out. And smiles around the board for Fuel still as they're heading up 6-1.
That's absolutely what we love to see here. In my opinion at least, I think this map is a little more defender-sided. I just think that Violet isn't taking the right positions that they need to, and especially with Fuel bringing that Viper, once we switch over other sides, I think Fuel might have this round down pretty easily.
Yeah. And timeout's going to have to be called here for Violet. I mean, you've lost 6 rounds in a row, right? You have to start finding some sort of footing here. Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I think this is a very clearly CT-sided map. I think it's always been, you know, it's the problem here. I think Violet Rangers, they're just giving up mid a little too much. Fuel feels like they've just been able, whenever they want to play a B play, they've been able to walk up mid safely, or they've been able to get a ropes flank going, which just should never really be happening. These should be clear, as well as, you know, ramps is just like not really being held by anyone from Violet. It feels like they're holding all the wrong angles as they just keep getting overwhelmed in mid, overwhelmed on A site, and then when the B site play comes in, they're just a little too late to respond. Timeout here, seeing what they can cook up. As again, yeah, they have to start to find some sort of footing. Something needs to be solved here. Timeout's going to end with Fuel
We'll
looking
see as
this
the
up.
round starts. We will see what Violet has decided on. I'm really curious to hear what their comms were, what was going through their head in that moment, realizing that they were losing quite a bit.
Fuel, though, just going to play 5 towards this A site. I mean, 5 in A main could get kind of stopped immediately, but doesn't mean that they know there's 5 here. There's 2 players of Violet in mid. Ultimate used side of of Violet, but 2 trades are going to come out. Fuel losing out on this A main play as the Ramps player, Sparkle and Hog Rider, are finding their picks. Woody going to take this swing, but might not find anything as Woody Bandit in this corner here, holding short. Gets a pick off onto Sparkle. Or Sparkle gets the pick off onto Woody, rather, as the 5v2 here. And SEO does find some, but there's no res here. Ray not going to invest the Nightfall. Not even having it, actually, so no real value here. Prowler's going to find one in the corner. Spams coming out from all sides. Satchels, everything as the smoke fades. SEO does find that first pick, and all of a sudden what looked impossible is now a 2v3. All of a sudden a 1v3, but SEO has that res. Just want one more pick possible. Wall off play for a res, but instead looks to save here. They just want to get as much damage done as possible, but I think if they maybe resed earlier, it could have been possible.
Absolutely.
Been doable even.
Yeah, and we did see them take out the ultimate for just half a second there, but they decided against it. And it's really unfortunate to see, because we did see they got that second pick off. They didn't get the very last person. A little bit delayed on that that last peak there.
Yeah, but again, I mean, now you have this Sage ult up, you have this Omen ult, and you have the Viper's Pit here to stop. Maybe once you get onto that site, the retake will not be happening. I mean, there's really been no A-side retakes whatsoever. It feels like the fights end in A short, A main instantly. Like, the furthest you get to is inside of A heaven, but like, you're not really finding too much. You're never finding anything on screens. They're never playing like play these crossfires. They're just falling apart before anything happens, either team. As the res comes in here, Deny gonna keep up. Showstopper, though, in the meantime, does not find anything. Woody picks that off clearly. So the ult gets pulled out, but Sparkle, the Waylay, has started to shoot, finds a 4K in the round. Now it's a 1v3 for Dre. All of a sudden, all his comrades have fallen, and he's left alive with 38 HP. Backside here gets dogged out. Game player making sure to stop that. Fuel 2 rounds in a row here. The comeback maybe finding. Violet Ranger seeming to have solved something within that timeout. Sparkle starting to come online, which is what you really need when you're running a double duelist comp. Both your duelists need to be shooting.
Yeah. And I think Violet kind of realized what their main problem was their angles and what fights they were taking. Before, they were just kind of peeking whatever they need to, but now, as you can see, right, we have 2 people, one holding mid, one holding B, making sure that there's no flanks, and then everybody else, we have 2 on the top half of A, and 1 that Ray's on the bottom half, making sure utility goes out right at the start to deny any immediate pushes. And it's working as they are 3 and 6, but Fuel's actually going to try to split up a little bit here.
I'm gonna walk up
maybe go for a mid and B plant here.
Does indeed look like that, as the spike is down inside of this this mid entryway, right? This between area between mid and B, as Deny gonna trade up in main. SEO here gonna find that pick on A site, which means A is a little bit weaker now, but Woody and Deny, they're just winning this mid duel again. The mid for Violet has been such a weak point. They have not found any answer to just Fuel walking up mid and getting picks. They need to throw more utility. The problem is with their comp, they don't really have anything to stop a mid play, except for maybe that Viper, right? You don't have those walls of the Sage or the Deadlock that usually you use towards this mid play. So we'll see if they can find anything, as Hog Rider left alone here and just walks into the smoke. Woody waiting there, finds a shot again. Smiles around the board for Fuel. They're not worried. I mean, they're still up 7-3. You lose those 2 rounds, but you fight back. You bounce back immediately. Now the economy, outside of Sparkle here, who has 7,000 credits, it's going to be rough here for Violet. The buys, it's Guardians, it's Spectres, it's Stingers. So it should be almost a full buy, especially if Sparkle ends up buying teammate here for Woody Bandit here. Has 30 creds. Instead, the Vandal bot. It's like Guardians, Stingers, they're not really making their decision.
Especially as we move closer to the role swap, it's interesting to see that that lack of spending.
Deny already forces out this Clove ult immediately, and there's 2 players of Fuel. They're rotating back around as they got that first pick. They're not going to let that Clove get the ult reset, right? They're just going to let Clove decay away. Clove has to push aggressively, but Claro Lover finds one and Woody as well. Rez does not come in. Woody finds a second, and now all of a sudden, in a blink of an eye, it's a 1v5. I mean, Woody Bandit left alone here. Again, the last one to fall to the side of Violet is your Raze. Just a bit too much baiting here for the side of Violet, just not finding these picks that they should be. 8-3 lead here for Fuel now, as they are taking a commanding lead here on Split, showing why it was their map pick. And this is happening on the attack side.
Yeah, I'm really hopeful for Fuel here, especially going into that defender side, as it is, you know, a little more defender sided, especially with the team comp having that Sage and that Viper combo. Sure, they have a Raze to deny a little bit of utility, but that's only going to be on the Sage's wall. And ultimately, Fuel will have it absolutely locked down with this kind of comp when we get to that role swap.
Indeed, indeed. As gameplay are going to find that first pick onto Dre with assist from the flash of their Sky. Claro Lover, though, does not win the duel into Sparkle. And Fuel, they're a little bit weaker now. Your mid player falls as well as your A player. So now it's just 2 left alone on B, having to rotate to meet up with Deny, who was trying to connect with, with Dre there, right? But doesn't find anything. It's Woody, SEO, and Deny left alive. The 3 who really have been shooting so far for Fuel on this map. SEO finds that opening pick on a Spoken, and this comeback, all of a sudden, this fight looks doable. I mean, it's last round. You put everything into this for the side of Fuel. If you come up 9-3, you feel so good. Alt up, and now it's a 4v4 as Deny is in ropes, has already gotten up Heaven here, and is looking to stop a play from Violet Rangers. This might be the first time we've seen a slow play on A. Sparkle finds that first contact, but gets traded out by SEO. Has not found the shots. Just a little bit of a tag onto Woody. Deny, the dash in, is already into this elbow here. Now backside as Dre picks off 2. It's a 3v1. Woody Bandit, yet again, the last one alive. Stuck in ropes here, just on the other side of the map. We'll have to either break this or satchel over. Chooses the satchel route, but SEO is just aware and sees that every moment.
And again, that econ coming into those Vandal plays and having that crazy advantage with the guns there. We saw some Stingers coming out earlier on, and it was not working for Violet as we inch just that little bit closer to the role swap. I'm really curious to see if Violet will maybe improve on attack, because we have seen that they are quite aggressive for a team, especially on those earlier rounds. They were running almost out of sight while Fuel was pushing into A, which was their downfall, as they weren't watching those flanks. They weren't watching that middle section and ropes, which it really caught on to them, as we see here going 3 and 9.
And on the plus side, though, here for Violet, you will be coming into a pistol round, which has kind of been your home so far, right? It's where you've been surviving. Entry, a quick entry here for Booty Bandit, already into deep in A site. On the back here, though, but Deny's going to win that first trade. The healing did not matter from the Sky, is now Spoken, looking for something. It's just so hard. I swear, this is the first time we've seen a fight back here on this entire map. We finished a full half, and it's the first time we've seen a fight anywhere towards screens, and Deny is just on fire so far this half. Claro Lover will be the last player alive here in ropes, as game player has to play here, has to make sure not to fall, but just is unaware, is watching the wrong angle as the ropes play from Claro Lover. Picks one off, 10-3 lead, and Fuel taking their first pistol of the series.
Yeah, and that's all what it is about here. That economy, right? Getting them a head start into the rest of the rounds for the defending half of this match. They only have 3 more rounds left, hopefully. Not going into overtime, so 2 rounds. But no, they are doing really well on defense so far for that first game.
Now they're in their 4th spy here. Judge for Claro Lover, Bulldogs, Vandals, everything. And the problem with when you're fighting into the Sage or a Deadlock, right? Now this mid, it's just going to be walled up every time for the side of Fuel, which means it, how Fuel got so much advantage was that they were able to push up mid because the only thing stopping them was a Viper wall, maybe, you know, a Viper smoke. But now there's just nothing stopping them as they're just going to win this ramps play as well. 2 players already falling here on ramps. It's Sparkle and Hove left alive, but Woody, 3 kills, and it's just Game Player left alive who does not find anything with the Classic. 11-3 lead here for Fuel. They're taking commanding lead, but now it's the bonus into the full buy for Violet. This is where Violet can maybe start to mount a comeback, but you have to win this round.
Absolutely. This is kind of their final chances here, as they already have that 1 point. This will put technically both teams into the hot seat if Fuel does win this this match here.
Yeah, we'll see. Again, if you're Violet Rangers, you have to win this fight, this round, because otherwise you're going into your last round. You know, you're on match point, and you're going to be on an eco round. You're going to have horrible economy. I mean, 300 credits is your max there. Fuel going to be in a great spot after this. Sparkle double dash in, just going to dash out. Make sure to find any sort of info. Slow comes out here on ramps. Ray swinging out of window here, looking for something on short. Just so much that's going through each smoke, just spraying here and there, but Woody already finding the first pick on the Hog Rider. Has not found the same value they found on Haven as Deny. Picks off Game Player as well. Ray pushing up through the slow. Doesn't care. It's a 1v4, and again, it's left to your Rays. You will not be able to stop it. Deny and Fuel cleaning that up. Deny with a 3K as potential last round, and it's going to be a full eco here for Violet Rangers. The best they're going to be able to buy is, I mean, you're going to have, you might have a Vandal, you're going to have Spectres, Stingers, maybe Guardian here and there, but the money, it's not where you want it.
We see a Guardian in there too.
And I mean, you're going to see a full buy here for Fuel, all utility, all guns. The ultimates, Deny getting close to that Waylay ult, 2 kills off. Woody has that from the shadows. The closest ultimate for the side of Violet's going to be your Seekers, 3 off. Our lover, SEO going to play on top of this wall, looking for a Grim Wall, finds 16 Hog Rider, initial pick, but Game Player trades into Dre. Player here is going to look for something. Spike is down over towards B side for Violet Rangers. Just a circle there for Spoken as they are stuck inside of an orb. SEO, though, take an aggressive trade. Spoken down to 20. The one player that they cannot heal, but they don't even have the heal bot. That's how bad their economy has been. Terror Lover going to be this first contact here for the player exiting out. As Terror Lover's going to find 2 from the drop.
That's what we love to see.
Completely illegal positioning there from Terror Lover to be able to get 2 picks there on the players who are above. And Dow swinging around, going to find the third to close out the round, close out the map. 13-3. Fuel not discouraged after a 13-10 loss on that first map. They go to their map pick and they dominate.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how this win will affect their operator picks for the final round. I'm assuming we're going to get another Waylay out. I'm not too familiar with Corrode, but
Corrode's
I'm
a very good Waylay map. You will see Waylay, likely to see Sova. You'll see, you know, those classic smokers. I mean, Clove's pretty good, so probably just going to stick with the Clove.
Yep.
We'll see where they go elsewhere from that, right? Those are kind of the 3 that I would say are like the Riard. You always need a smoker.
Yeah.
You always need a controller, right? We'll see how they do on Corrode. Fuel coming in hot off of that second map win, again, 13-3. I want to take this one.
And we saw a lot of value from that Sage too. I just have to point that out. Those walls were absolutely amazing. Minus, you know, the Rays jumping on over. But yeah, it's gonna be fun to see how this last match plays out.
It will indeed, yeah. We'll see how they can bounce back. Yeah, I mean, you didn't see as much of the Sage value as possible because you weren't on defense side very much, right? Only about 4 rounds on defense there for the side of Fuel. I mean, taking a very defense-sided map and turning it into what seemed like an attack-sided map, just complete lights-out performance from, I'd say, most members, but especially, you know, Deny, Woody, and SEO finding some incredible value there on those rounds. They're 1-1 in the series. We're hoping to bring this in Corrode. They're hoping to bring this home, right? Fuel wants to keep their playoffs hopes alive. Violet Rangers here trying to stop that happening. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with map 3. Welcome back, everybody. Heading into our third map, Agent Select here on Corrode. Now, we were chatting a little bit about what comps we're expecting to see. I'm expecting Waylay. I'm expecting maybe Viper. I'm expecting Sova, some sort of scan initiator. Seems like the side of uh, Violet just really want to play Harbor. We got 3 Harbor hovers. And I know I was chatting with Lover last time I casted when we did an interview. He just really wants to play Harbor. Like, that's the main character he's just wanted to play for a while. Now, this comp, instead of going for the Sova, you're going to go instead see the Fade. Maybe just a more comfortable pick there for Dre. But still fairly normal selections, right? You're going to see Omen for Woody, Viper. Going to stick to the Waylay. Deny there. Played fantastically on the last map. And then your flex pick, SEO, just going to go towards that chamber. You've seen a lot of different options. I mean, some teams have run the KO comp, right? Some teams have run a bunch of different options. But this Cypher always has value. A second... I mean, it's only actual Sentinel, but you don't really need Sentinel as much on this map as some others. Meanwhile, on the side of Violet, they're going to be playing a double duelist comp plus a chamber, so kind of and a clove. So this is a very brawly, very fighty type of comp. Fuel, they're looking, they don't look too. They look pretty energized. They look to be pretty locked in here, seeing how this round's going to go, as they are going to be starting on the attack side of Corrode here.
Yeah, and I mean, spirits are really high after that last game, going 13-3. Like the air in the room must be fantastic. Everybody's very enthusiastic, especially with this last map.
You see Denied chuckling about, right? Sure, Dre said something funny while walking by.
Yeah.
As walking in here now is the team, making sure everything's ready. They're going to be looking to win a pistol. They did win with one so far on this in this series, so they're hoping to bring that to maybe a second one, right? As it's going to be Ghosts plus Classics and Util, but SEO is going to have that Sheriff instead, right? The classic thing that Chambers always have. Sparkle also going to do that, but instead going to buy some light shields, so a little less utility maybe, or less bullets in that Sheriff. As these Ghosts, the one Sheriff for Spoken could really cause some damage here, as already Clara Lover's going to be pushing up here on B.
As we get into the first bits of the game, we see that immediate chamber pop right at the start, taking out Fuel's Viper. We see another Sheriff pop on Dre, bring it down already to a 5v3.
Yeah, back in window here, Violet going to be rotating back around towards this A site. The plant is coming in for Fuel. It's a 3v5, so they should have the advantage. But again, on these retakes, now Deny looking to make sure nothing happens. TP thrown out, but it's not going to be taken here. First swing for Deny, but it doesn't have any util. Just going to get flooded out. Just forced in those jump right clicks from the Classic. So deadly as plant comes in. But Woody and SEO fighting back. You know, that flash there. But Fuse is just being stuck. Woody Bandit is going to get traded. Woody almost with a fantastic clutch there. So unbelievably close. She wanted that, that's for sure, but does fall. But still, damage. I mean, you would love to win that pistol for Fuel, but for what started as a 3v5, not bad at all.
Absolutely, especially with Fuel winning that initial pistol round. Finally being their second one.
It didn't win.
Oh,
sorry.
They
almost won it. That's the problem, right? Woody so close to winning this on this clutch, but just barely didn't have enough time. A beautiful running shot there, but does not win the fight on Hog Rider, who able to stop them. And now Fuel, they're going for their stingers. They don't want to, give up any momentum on this round. They want to fight aggressively and take these quick fights, as this map is quite enclosed, so the stingers have a lot of value. As dashing in through A here, Woody Bandit going to take the TP back, but is already spammed so low. Judge, though, on the side, Dre taken so low, as well as SEO sent packing with half the HP taken away. Sparkle going to pick off Woody in the meantime, as Spoken still looking for something on flank with this Judge. Nye finds it with a stinger, but nothing there. It's just SEO finding one pick as Clara Lover from range. The burst not going to do anything. Fuel, they invested money into that round, and it's a quick win for Violet.
That's not fantastic, again, with that economy going down on Fuel's side. Seem to be really missing the opportunities for those pistol rounds.
Not gonna have that classic third round where you have that full buy. Instead, it's gonna be Sheriff's Stinger. It's gonna be another light buy. SEO probably just gonna buy heavy shields plus a bunch of bullets of that pistol of that Sheriff. So this is still a scrappy fight. Pause incoming, as Deny seems to have disconnected. Tech pause has been called for game crash. Not what you want for sure. Hopefully everything can get fixed fairly shortly. Judging by just a game crash shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, just a quick reset there. Not fantastic for the technical difficulties that we've had so far.
Sense, yeah.
It's not looking too good for Fuel. I'm not sure how much practice they've gotten. Corrode is a fairly new map. It's kind of clear that they haven't, sorted out their main plans here like they did with the last map.
We'll see. I mean, yeah, it depends if they can figure out what they want to do. It takes a little bit of rounds for Fuel to start cooking up, as we've seen on these last two maps. Second map they kind of cooked a little bit quicker, but first map they weren't really heating up until those later rounds, after those 5th, 6th, 7th rounds, right? So here, right back into the action. Deny going in, trying to find his first contact. A beautiful headshot, but Sparkle did pick off Clara Lover with that classic. The 1-for-1, but Woody getting this plant down onto B site. Bandit here looking for something on these stairs. Hog Rider from Link trying to make anything happen. Mid-link here, nothing. Fowler's coming out. They do flood people out of these positions, and the sprays through these walls are dangerous on site, as picks for Booty Bandit. SEO finds one last trade, but again, it's just all Violet Rangers in the kill feed in on the scoreboard. They're going to take another round. They're going to give this defuse over to Hog Rider to hopefully get that ultimate getting closer, as they are feeling good so far on these first 3 rounds. It feels like they've really found how to stop Fuel's attack so far. See, as Fuel hasn't really had a gun round yet.
Yeah, it's, again, not looking great for Fuel.
Here it is.
We do see that Violet has been playing a little more on that objective side, right? They've gotten 2 DPs out so far. And, you know, maybe with Fuel finally getting their money up a little bit here, we do see a Vandal and 3 Phantoms come out.
Gonna be a full buy here. SEO gonna pull out the Operator from their pocket. So we'll see if he and the rest of Fuel can make some magic happen. Light Shield is bought for Deny, which means that this outlock would be a problem for Sparkle. But instead, both are gonna pull out their own Operators, as both don't want to give up anything. Deny gonna get picked off on that double dash. They're up onto high. Game player taking the Duelist role finally, you know, has been their, you know, their flex, their initiator player, but now on the Duelist, finding 2 picks to start the round, as Woody swinging in gets picked off third. As game player untouchable here on this B elbow play. Swing out right into the waiting arms of Dre. Dre finds 1, but the headshot or the shot from the Operator of Sparkle is going to win it. SEO, it's another, but it just doesn't matter, as again, 3 members of Violet are going to stay alive. Keep this ball rolling. 4-0 on that full buy of Fuel. It's a dangerous game.
We saw those the double chamber ults come out. Unfortunately, CO was not able to overtake Violet there on that that chamber off. As we can see here, he did get taken out by Sparkle. It's pretty blatant. Each team has their own op player. It's kind of fun to watch there.
Yeah, indeed. Sparkle did end up getting the better of SEO. They're 9-1 so far on this map, as Fuel has to find something. They're back on these Stinger buys. SEO goes in, gets the TP out though as Booty Bandit, so it's going to be able to survive. Deny take this aggressive trade, but gets picked off by Hog Rider through the spam there. Dre does win 2 though, gets 2 picks in the meantime. Hog Rider going to look to play on this contact as the plant comes out on A site yet again for Fuel. And they've been at a man advantage here. Woody though, TPing aggressively means Hog Rider's going to get that pick. Has the ultimate to res as well. Metal thrown out. Not find anyone. Fuel, Ray kind of stuck here. SEO as well. Going to have to swing out into the waiting arms of Booty Bandit. But instead, a beautiful corner peek picks off with a headshot. Dre finds a 3rd in the round. To not let this res come in. Dre with 4 and finds 5. It's not an ace, but it's so close.
Luckily, though, that is another point for Fuel. Absolutely, we count it. We especially count it when we win.
5 kills, not an ace, but it's 5 kills. You know,
Yep.
Sure, 2 of those ended up being the same clove, but whatever. A great round there for Dre. You know, so far not been the loudest so far in the lobby between the first 2 games. It's been more on the supportive role, but here starting it out 6-4, and 5 of those kills were in the last round. So bringing a little bit of momentum into Fuel's favor, as now has that Nightfall. Maybe just play a quick play here, as they're going to play 5 over here. Fowler's in, trying to put everyone out. The Haunt finds all members of Fuel, though, from Violet, as Spoken. Swing back around. Booty Bandit has a great location here, but the TP back is now the members of Fuel are able to play off that contact that Deny brought open. They're going to swing in through this A. Trying to play through A main, but they get meddled, they get decayed, they have to play it slow.
We see Fuel coming in with a beautiful push onto A. We see the ult go out. It tags, I think, one
catch
person.
Either member that were in there. It did catch off Hog Rider, but it doesn't do enough. As Spoken was able to just dodge it, and now it's just Dre left alive, having to clutch yet again, but does not have it. And I'm there. Nightfall. And the fuel rushed in, just gets sprayed down by Hog Rider and other members there of Violet. This play is beautiful, though. Denied dashes in, dodges everything, but Spoken here, and Hog Rider just able to clean this up to make sure nothing could come of that play of Fuel. They used the ult advantage they had, but now they're down. The Waylay ult is up, and the Fade ult are up for the side of Violet Rangers. They're trying to take this to 6-1 on this defense side.
And we do see on the econ here that Violet is trying to go for all full shields with 4 Phantoms and an Operator.
Dre has a classic.
And
Dre is
Dre
stuck.
has a classic.
Dre is stuck with a classic. SEO is going to fall to Spoken, who finds a second pick on Woody. Here, first contact in mid, stairs, holding, but the smokes coming out from the Clove are so valuable. Spoken, Prowler not going to find anything. Spam going through the smoke. Claro Lover down to 1 HP, gets caught off by Game Player on the side, who has a flank. And it's just Dre, going to be the first member stuck, but Dre, reminder, has a classic. It's not going to be favored in this long-range duel. Almost won it. It might be a clean, flawless here for the side of Violet Rangers. It's just Deny left alone in this A main, and is backing back into the spawn. Double dash in, and now they know exactly where he is. As Spoken swings in, cleans it up, and brings them to 6-1 off of flawless.
Another big loss for Fuel. We're itching a little bit closer to that role swap, and I'm curious to see if maybe Fuel's team comp is just stronger on defense, or if it's something to do with the fact that, you know, maybe they haven't practiced enough with Corrode.
I think it's just a situation of your economy has been ruined forever. Ever since you force buy that round 2, you lose it out, means your economy is just always in trouble. You did lose your 1 buy round, but since then you've had maybe 1 more buy round. I mean, in 7 rounds, only having 2 buy rounds is not really what you want if you're Fuel here. SEO though finds the opening pick. Game Player Woody gonna trade out as Deny picks off Woody, spams in from Claro Lover, trying to get a little bit of give Violet a little bit of their own medicine, getting those spam through those smokes. Deny finds the win on the hot hand of the chamber, dashes in to clear out this site entry here. SEO comes over to plant here safely next to this box. It's a 2 versus 4 for Fuel. The first time they've been really in the driver's seat since that 1 round they won. Booty Bandit though, beautiful shots there on a Claro Lover who's trying to play through mid. So they drop down through this window. Both members here are ready to take this first contact. It's going to be Dre, likely to swing out together with SEO. SEO has a beautiful pixel angle here, though. Will it be able to find anyone? Dre finds the first swing, and it's just a 1 HP Yoru versus the world, who will be picked off yet again by Dre's Fade, who keeps them in this round, keeps it 6-2, and hopes to bring this closer. You know, you're 6 rounds in. You want to start getting these rounds before this next half comes, right? You get 4, you get 5, you get 6, especially you're ecstatic here, especially with how this early has gone. You will have a good buy here. Again, Woody, though, always remembers whenever Fuel has about 3 guns, that one of them is just going to be very low. But a buy here, Drake going to give economy over to Woody. So it's going to be a full buy plus a judge for your Viper, who's going to try to make some magic happen. Maybe just place a Viper pit as soon as they get onto point. Sparkle, the operator, finding the first pick and just going to back off, give up space, because they already have done their job.
We do see 5 ults across the board. We might see something come out from Woody trying to get a cheeky plant off, maybe. Although we do see Fuel going through that middle section. We might have some sort of diversion. Again, with that that Viper pit. Speaking of Viper, Claro Lover gets a wall bang.
Picks up the rifle there. Claro Lover going to find the first pick as soon as picking up that Phantom. And so finds a second onto Spoken as well. Getting this rifle in Claro Lover's hand, starting to heat up as well. Once these members of Fuel started to heat up, it can be hard to stop, as this round is looking Fuel favored, but the spike has not gone down yet, as they're kind of just stuck in mid. But Dre has fully cleared out A site. Sparkle says no to that. The one spot Dre did not look is exactly where Sparkle was. And Woody gonna have to TP away over to B site to get this plant, but the Waylay has an angle. The flank here from the Waylay of Violet Rangers could be deadly. But the Viper's pit comes in. The Game Player, again, they have such a good timing here where they are. They're gonna catch these players and maybe swing out of here. Woody TP's behind, does not win the duel. Game Player spammed out, just TP's back on out, takes that rewind. 2 versus 3, Viper's pit. You're able to play this for Fuel, but again, SEO can't sit here forever. A good shot there for Claro Lover, a 3K. SEO clears it up with a great trade. Game Player would have solo won that round, but just barely missed out Fuel. They take it but it's a costly one. But they will have another bye here, which means they're hopefully gonna be. They can bring it maybe to a third round in a row, and then start to bring more and more and more towards a victory here, towards getting to a better spot for their attack, their defense side.
Mhm. Very costly indeed, having to use both ultimates in order just to get that plan off. It's kind of rough here, especially when their economy is low, and now their ultimates are a little bit lower. You know, they still have a couple more rounds left on attack.
You will needs deny to dig deep and find what happened in map 2. Just
Absolutely.
needs to start to heat up, find these shots, find these entries successfully. You know, they are the main entry players, so they're going to be the first death a lot, but need a little bit more from your duelist player here, as clone they get cleared out from Gray to make sure no fake clone shenanigans are being played. As they're just playing this one slow. 3 players over to mid are going to take a contact into game player here, who may have the timing, but instead be around the corner. Now, SEO, though, game player are about to meet. SEO has just been holding that cubby, finds that pick. Deny finds one as well. The ultimate swings into the smoke. Hog Rider will get that, but again, it's a 4v2 side of Fuel.
Spike planted.
Yeah, we have Fuel. They do get that plant down, meaning that they get to play time, and it's only a 2v4, meaning it is looking rough for Violet in this round. They're just kind of sticking at the back here, hoping to hopefully not play time, considering they are on defense and the
Operator
bomb
and a
is planted.
Vandal. I mean, they can take this retake. They have one more kill for this Clove, and then the ult is up. The Viper smoke here, though, but instead they're just trying to do some economy damage as the bomb or the spike ticking down, and it's about to explode. No excess damage there for the side of Violet Rangers. Fuel just going to run away, but they ran the opposite direction of Violet. So one extra kill there, but Fuel mounting this comeback. What was once 6-1 is now 6-4.
Yep. And Violet kind of realized last second there that they are, you know, they're a little bit ahead, and it's a 2v4. They might as well just play, you know, against economy here, get a little bit of damage in, and just kind of back off with that time and that positioning. They couldn't really risk just going for a defuse.
Especially considering, you know, Violet's money right now, right? Their economy situation seems to be a pause here, another pause incoming for both teams as called by Violet Rangers. But yeah, I mean, the economy, if they don't win this round, Violet Rangers might be in trouble. We'll see if they can find their footing, take this, stop this comeback from Fuel before it can really even start to amount. But Fuel, you got 4 rounds so far. Judging by how your attack side has started, I think you can be pretty happy with this. Especially, remember, you went down 6-1, right?
Yeah.
So here, they're trying to bring this 6-5, hopefully 6-6. They'll see if they can dig deep, find their answers they need. I think they need to do it.
Honestly, it's kind of hard to say. I think the main thing would be after that role swap, Fuel needs to get that pistol round. That's the main thing that they've been struggling the last 2 rounds is those pistol rounds, losing that economy and losing that ability to full buy. It's been really pressuring them. I think that's the biggest problem that they've had so far.
It's really hard to win a series when you're losing so far I believe it's 4-1 in pistols.
Yeah.
They don't want to go 5-1.
No.
4-2, it's still rough, but you know, it's playable, right?
Yeah.
But if you lose 5-1 pistols, it's hard. I mean, those 3 rounds, they did stop it on split, right? They stopped them from snowballing it. They only got the 1 round off the pistol, then they won from there on. But here you saw them get 6 rounds in a row off of the pistol. Can they do it again, or can Fuel, finally maybe start the pistol themselves? The one pistol they did win was the second pistol of the map. So we'll see if they can find that answer, find what they need. I think pistol's where it's going to start for sure. But I think before that, they have to make sure to keep on these execs, make sure they're keeping these fresh ideas, nothing's going wrong, as they have to find these next 2 rounds.
Absolutely. If we want to look into the maps here, we can just kind of reminisce over what we've had so far today.
A super close first map of
Yeah.
Haven, right? Could have gone either way. Split, quite one-sided. I mean, after those first round was given to the side of Violet, and then afterwards it kind of just fell apart.
Mhm.
for the side of, I mean, and for Violet. I mean, Fuel just took over their comp, doing better. Both, both teams seeming to start to get ready as we're going to be heading back into Corrode any minute now,
Mhm.
as heading for this this 11th round of the first half, right? Hoping again to bring this to 6-6. That's what Fuel wants, and they have the money to do so. It's going to be a weird buy for the side of Violet Rangers. Your Waylay has a judge, everyone else has a full buy, including this operator for Sparkle, which has to find value. Just gonna TP away.
Yeah,
Trademark used.
that operator is going to be rough on their economy, especially going into these last 2 rounds. They absolutely need value from it. Otherwise, again, that last round before the role swap is going to be really rough on Violet.
Dre falling, which means your initiator is just gone. You don't have the scan, you don't have the utility to entry those sites as much as possible. Feels your Waylay having to burn those abilities. So Claire Lover and Woody, though, going to get some good trades. Hogrider does pick off Woody. It's a 3v3 here. Sparkle with the operator. This fight between Deny and Hogrider is crucial, as Hogrider is going to take that, get the overheal. And now you have SEO and you have Claire Lover left. SEO can maybe, if find something, can pull out this operator if they want. They do as Claire Lover falls to Hog Rider. 34 HP for the Clove. It's a chamber versus the world. 3 members of Violet Rangers are alive, including an operator up on this high ground. SEO gets this plant down, but the Booty Bandit is behind to stop it or even get halfway, as they do exactly that. They stop the comeback, and now it's 7-4. They're wanting this 8th round.
Oh,
You can
absolutely.
feel it.
And I mean, they need it here because they know that they're going into that role swap and maybe defending will be a little bit more tough for them, as they do have a more flexible sort of team comp, whereas Fuel, they have that Viper, they have that Omen, they have the ability to really hold down points more efficiently.
Their defense side, for sure, I think should be a little bit stronger with this comp. See if the Chamber can find the same value that Violet Rangers has had on this defense side, as clearing out A here for the side of Violet Rangers. There's 1 player on B as 2 members of Fuel are looking for something. Gonna play aggressively here as Omen TP deep into B. I mean, Woody is playing this fast, already into the back site of B, as SEO and Woody are gonna take that first trade. Spoken using this Nightfall, but I mean, mid and B have just been the story, but Fuel are going to fall as it's just 2 members left alive who are stuck in this B main. Players of B who played fast found 1. Woody found 2, but the rest fell. SEO with the operator loses out the trade to Sparkle, and now it's Dre left alone. Spike in hand, but you're swinging into an op. You're swinging into 3 Vandals. You can maybe get a plant down, but it's going to be hard. Once you plant, though, you will get this Nightfall online, but he wants a pick first. Wants to find someone, finds that pick. Nightfall is available, but now the members of Violet Rangers know. Misses the jump Prowler. Spike comes in. Booty Bandit standing in front inside of that door alt. Unsheaths that cloak and gets the shot as Dre looks around to try to get a Nightfall in main. Fuel 8-4 on this attack half for them. It's not what they want, but it is doable for sure. We'll see how they end up doing on defense and what they need to change. But again, it's all going to be up to that pistol round.
Absolutely. And as we saw in that first round, right, Fuel wasn't doing too hot in the first half, but they have a tendency of coming around, maybe clutching up in the last few halves, especially as we saw last week. They just went overtime, back and forth and back and forth. And Fuel has that ability to overcome and adapt really easily.
Yeah, but ideally, Fuel, they don't want to bring this to overtime. They want to win this one cleanly. They want to take this defense side by the reins and just run away with it. We'll see. Again, it's all on the pistol, as they've not had the greatest success so far with these. They need to find the answer.
As we start into this pistol round, we see a lot of classic tactics coming out on that attack there. You see the teleport does not go out.
Water just spamming through their own toxic screen, but now the screen is going to have to fall, which gives Violet Rangers a bit of a timing here. They might be able to swing in soon, look for these trades, but Fuel, they're playing defensive. The slow comes in. Arrow Lover looking for this first contact, finds one, finds the damage so much onto Sparkle, who's left 1 HP, as Fuel finally seem to have taken a pistol round, and not just taken it, cleanly won it with a flawless there for Fuel. A fantastic start to their defense half, and really, the toxic screen, as soon as it goes down, Fuel, they play exactly how they have to. They play around their corners. As soon as the first noise is made, Clara Lover swings out, finds this first duel, wins it against Spoke, and gets so much damage onto Sparkle as SEO on the other side finds those kills with the Sheriff. And now, Outlaw, Bulldog, Stingers, and Spectres all alike for the side of Fuel here. Whereas Violet, they're going to stick to the more classic, the full save, because they want to have a full buy next round. It's 5 classics, but classic is not a weak gun by any means. I mean, the right click can one-shot so much. We'll see how much value this Outlaw can have from Fuel, as the Outlaw on these bonus rounds from Violet has been so strong. We'll see if SEO can find the same value.
And the Outlaw, specifically in the hands of SEO, is absolutely deadly.
But Dre finding 2 with the Bulldog is denied. Going to find 1 with the Stinger. And they're just going to play aggressive. The round over in a flash. Because that's just happens when these guns are so much stronger. When you're against these full classics, what they're going to do is try to play fast. But you have these close range guns. You have these Bulldogs. You have these Stingers. High rate of fire. Something just happened in the cams, but they're glossing over that. We'll see a fantastic round there for Fuel. And they're starting to amount this 2 rounds in a row. We'll see if they can win this bonus, though. The bonus, if they win the bonus, then they could really be in a good spot here. Another flawless is big, though, on this anti-eco.
Yeah, especially getting that economy is just so good for Fuel here, right? I mean, like, you're going 8-7 now.
First
6.
contact. Now looking for another play here. Using all the util, has to run away between their legs. Bandit here with the Judge. It's not. I guess collared out, gets seized up, be in trouble. Nice, swings out, but Spoken finds 2 with the Vandal. 1 for 2. Hog Rider in the meantime find Woody as SEO with the Outlaw. Swing out here. Gonna walk into the waiting arms of Sparkle in that trade. Hog Rider now the next to swing out likely. Sheriff in hand. Arrow Lover on the flank has found 1, and now it's somewhat winnable. Hog Rider extremely low. Game player, full HP though, so Clara Lover has to find this. With Hog Rider falling, they'll be able to pick up a Vandal, which is just 1 shot to the head, so it's a 1v1 of the century. Clara Lover looking to entry here slowly. Clear out these corners as much as possible, spamming left, right, and center. The noise tap is in. Time is ticking down. It's all on game player's side as he has to stick and he just doesn't have time. Clara Lover almost getting that clutch. Definitely wanted that, but it's rough when the time is against you. 9-6 here for Violet. They do stop the bonus. I mean, Fuel now on full buy, but they did a good amount of damage. I mean, when it's a 1v1, when it's 1 player left alive with a full buy versus a bonus, you're not mad. Definitely wanted that, though. That was all in Fuel's hands. Just a great play there from game player. But yeah, full buy into full buy here. Both teams ready, but SEO has the operator, and there's 3 light shields on the side of Violet because of how their last buy went.
And again, it's all thanks to that pistol round, right? Ruining Violet's side of the economy.
SEO
getting an amazing pick right off the bat.
First pick, the operator. Already finding value. Hasn't really had it in their hands much this map so far. The first half just never really had the economy to buy it, as it looks to be a quick play on A here for the side of Violet. But Dre picks off 2, 3. In the meantime, off camera, just finding so much, as SEO was not able to join his team in time before the round was over. Dre finding immense value on that B site.
Fuel, they're doing amazing.
Yeah.
On defense here. We're seeing a major improvement. And again, that's what, the 3rd flawless now on defense, or the 2nd?
Flawless on defense, yeah. 4 rounds so far on defense, and 3 of them have been flawlesses for Fuel. So it seems like when the guns are even or they're ahead, they are able to run away with this. Let's see if they can keep that going, as they're going to be in Sheriffs and Spectre zones for Violet Rangers. They're in this 4-spy eco round. They want to find something. The Haunt gets destroyed immediately from Dre. As Spoken, looking for something, but SEO again has this operator, is looping around to A site as they heard the noise.
we do see these plays go out. A lot of utility, a lot of play around that smoke. As we saw in that first round on the roll swap, there was a lot of kills going through those smokes as we see so many picks back and forth. We're down to just like that.
Dre, again, picking off 3, just fantastic back-to-back rounds in a row. And Fuel, they're running away with this defense half. I mean, there you saw, I saw TP away from their Yoru right into the waiting arms of Claro Lover, who was just ready for that. They were holding the TP already and just instantly picked off. It was actually Dre instead, but SEO was there as well. Dre, 17 and 10, has that Nightfall online as well as the Waylay ult, and you're going to have a Nightfall for Spoken. See if they use these ultimates, how they're going to find value. Dre has not found too much from this Nightfall so far. The last 2 going a little bit wide. See if they can find the values. They have the ult advantage. And this Waylay ult can really clear out a site. It just get nerfed. Still has so much value. Nye looking for this first contact. But is just going to teleport away. Take that rewind. Woody looking for something here. B for Fuel. It's mid for Violet. And SEO finds that first on B. Finds the only player is B. Now it's all players of main. All players mid. Nye finds that first contact, finds one. Woody finds another, as we're just going to invest the ultimate. They don't want to give any inches towards the side of Violet. Fuel on track for another round win. But Hog Rider looking to make something happen. 10 HP, has the ultimate. There's 2 left alive, but running in to... he's behind him. Dre wanted that
Dre
knife,
was
but
playing around
Dre
with
wanted
him
the
there.
knife. Dre
He
wanted
totally
the knife,
could
but
have,
realized just make sure not to be. I feel like there was probably in comms, you heard Dre's like, I'm gonna, and they're like, shoot. Like there was definitely some sort of comms there.
Absolutely.
Make sure they don't throw away this round somehow. But yeah, beautiful tuck away there from Dre to pick off what could have been a clutch. Hog Rider maybe starting to heat up a little bit though. These shots
getting that triple was
coming
amazing,
back.
as we see in the replay here.
Just right behind the entire time. As again, the economy for Violet in trouble. The rounds are even 9-9. As it started 8-4. This defense side for Fuel has been lights out. And they continue this up as Deny already finds that first pick. Woody, so 3 members here. A beautiful lineup of a Paranoia there, but the TP in. Nothing is going to come of it as the players are holding close. They have 2 players playing for Woody here, but 1 picked off. A second. Can we get a third? Not quite. The running stinger is going to end that hope. But again, the round is still all in Fuel's favor. This player, both players had their knives out. Oh!
We see that amazing panic spray. Claro Lover does manage to get that. Also, I just got to say that 2-1 trade from Woody right at the start. Absolutely fantastic for Fuel here, bringing it down to a 1v3. Again, that level 16 Hog Rider. He does swing, but he swings into the loving embrace of 2 whole people.
You know what? You won the duel anyways,
Yeah.
so that did not matter. That was a bit of a shaky play there. Maybe a bit of a, obviously you're a bit flustered when both players walk out with a knife, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden a fight happens and just a second too late on the spray. You really don't have to show it again. It's just messed up at that point. But, Claro Lover still won the round, still won the duel, so not too bad overall. Hog Rider looking for something but a beautiful high-low as the timeout called for Violet Rangers. I mean, you have to. You have found no value on this attack side so far. It has been 6 rounds in a row, 6 rounds for Fuel and only 1 round for Violet. I mean, a complete domination on this defense side. Fuel taking the lead for the first time in the entire map, up 10-9. And again, I think it's all off the pistol. The economy for Violet has been just as bad as Fuel's was on their first half.
Yeah, no, having that advantage, I think Fuel's kind of just now realizing how well the economy is doing for them, having the ability to buy out shields and buy out, Vandals, especially, someone like CO, give him the operator, getting that value, the ability to get those picks because of your weapons is so incredibly valuable.
It's more crucial that your supportive players, right, your utility-based players are also shooting. I mean, Dre, 19 and 10. Claro Lover and Woody not doing bad either. I mean, both with 11 kills, right? No one really in this lobby having an absolute horrible match so far. Obviously, Booty Bandit would love to do a little bit better there on the duelist, but when you kind of have 4 duelists on one team, it's a bit of a weird comp for Violet, and it feels like they just cannot find the attack half so far, as We'll see if they cooked something up in this timeout, if they have a set play they're playing for. But the Nightfall use aggressively. Game player swings in. Was the play just press 4 ultimates and walk at them? It may have been, as Woody cleared out Deny. Did pick off one, but Hog Rider, it's just Deny and SEO left alive. Deny not going to win that, as it seemed the press 4 ultimate button and go worked out for the side of Violet Rangers. It's just SEO left alive in a 1v5 with an operator. Not going to look to save. They have 9,000 credits saved up, so there's no point in saving. You are able to full buy next round anyways, and you'll be over-economied.
Yeah.
So you'll trying to get as much economy damage done to Violet Rangers as possible, but Operator is not the retake gun of choice usually. Gonna switch to the Sheriff instead. Finds one, though. Pretty good, but the Operator will go into the hands of Violet now.
And, you know, CO having that money, he can buy as many operators as he wants at this point, right? We're going into those last few games, but maybe CO shouldn't be buying a bunch of operators, especially getting trades off.
Looks like they didn't actually pick up the op there for Violet Rangers. Interesting. I feel like, let's see, maybe a misplay from SEO. Maybe he wanted to throw the op away, but instead they didn't want it. So you really have the Chamber pulling out his own op here, but interesting to not want the one that was on the ground. But alas, we will see as another full buy-in for both teams. The ultimate pulled out. I do want to play Chamber. We shall see how he does as SEO, the first contact, the Operator, first kill. Does get caught by the Prowler, just doesn't want to shoot it with the Sheriff as Dre finds the player swinging out, and now the spike is down, which means Fuel can just hold this angle, and there's nothing that Violet can do. Sparkle finds one onto Woody, but Deny dashes and dodges in, and the shots are not connecting for Sparkle. 2 picks for Deny, and an easy bounce back for Fuel. They'll take it 11-10, 2 rounds away from taking this one.
Absolutely fantastic play from Fuel there. I mean, getting Violet choked into one area was so vital there. And I mean, going back to the round just prior to this, like the press 4 ultimates button only works for that one round.
You're right. I would also, I feel like it's very interesting from Violet there to have your player holding spike to be the first one to swing out into the 2 players you know are there, but maybe drop the spike or just have someone else do it. I mean, you have 2 entry players, right? You have both a Waylay and a Yoru. Your Clove and your Fade do not have to be your entry players. So maybe just a little bit of a miscommunication there for Violet, as now Fuel looking to take this to 12 to map point to match point. Sparrow Lover will be the only one here on this B site, anchoring into 4 members of Violet Ranger. Light comes out, the snake bites come out, first contact. A self flash there from Booty Bandit is going to be detrimental to the mental and to the power of Violet. SEO does fall to the waylay of game player. 4v4, but Claro Lover was able to survive and get one out on play. They do get the plant down. Now it's a retake for Fuel. There's 2 players from one side, 2 from the other. A pincer maneuver. Claro Lover going to be met up with Ray, who's going to use this Nightfall to catch 4 members, as all of them are deafened. They're all so unbelievably low, as it's just Ray. It's just Ray and Woody on the kill feed for the entire game.
And, you know, just like that, that was a very clean retake here. As we move on to that final point, it's gonna be very, very tense. You know, Violet's in that hot seat, and they don't have any more timeouts to pull, so they don't really have too much time for discussing. They have to come up with something immediately.
They do indeed. They have to dig. They have to find some sort of answer. And I mean, look at the buy. It's not what you want when you're on a round like this. It's light. I mean, you're looking at Guardians. You're looking at Spectres. There's 2 Vandals, but they're light shields. You're into a full op, a full buy for Fuel. 3 ultimates versus none of Violet Rangers. It is the most uphill of uphill battles, as SEO going to take the first swing, but loses it out to Spoken, who finds that headshot. Dre now playing. Try to solo hold this A site here.
Having CO picked off right at the start is going to be really rough for Fuel, but they do manage to get a trade off on game player here, as they kind of make a push on to Violet here, despite being on defense. They're gonna that close quarters operator by the Bandit Booty.
It's a 1v1 Claro Lover versus the Bandit here, trying to win this out, get a bit of a redemption for the last one as the swing comes out but does not find the shot. 11-12 for Violet, and off of a very weird buy. Fuel wanted to close it out there. We'll see if Violet can take us to extra time, to overtime here, bring us to those extra rounds, or Fuel can close this one out 13-11. See how this round goes. I mean, Fuel definitely wanted to win that one, but Hog Rider finding so much value, finding the same level of success on that first map, 25-17 here, seems to be the main carry of Violet, and it's on the controller roll.
We do see Sparkle pull out the ult, but he also brings out a Vandal because they realize that they absolutely need a point here. I mean, they're in that hot seat, right? They have to pull something back if they need to get into overtime.
It's full buys for both teams here. SEO has the operator, but nothing else except for an op and a sheriff. We'll see. It's enough as to be. Spike is over towards B and mid, so expecting a B play here as it's picked up by the fade. First contact is going to be SEO with this operator, trying to make sure to get a better play from last time, but instead has to TP out as they're forced with a dog and cannot afford to shoot as they only have so many bullets in the chamber. Spoken now, looking through main, but they have to wait out the util of Fuel.
We do see a lot of sort of flank denial coming from Violet here. They're very much spaced out, expecting a sort of hook maneuver, I'm assuming, from these points. But they're actually going to come over to A, realizing that Fuel has everything.
This crossfire from Deny and Woody is not going to find anything as just a little bit of misses there. And now it's 5v3. SEO is going to be too late, as well as Claro Lover, as it's just Dre on ASIC. They'll have to play a retake here, but it's a 5v3 retake. Don't have the ultimates to do so. Dre going to get spammed out, but they do not clear box correctly. As 13 seconds, Spike goes down. Dre has a timing, but the flash is beautiful there. The timing swung out, but no crossover. It's up to Claro Lover in a 1v4. Make it a 1v3, but it's not enough as we're going to be going to overtime.
Claro Lover almost had that. You saw him get that first pick off, but then the Clove ult on top of that. It just it wasn't very winnable, unfortunately, as we move on to that overtime point. Things are getting really intense.
This is a close one. I mean, it looked like it would have been completely lights out for Fuel as how their defense side their defense side started. But Violet Rangers have found the answers, and now OT means you're not going to see as many operators, right? If you buy an op, you cannot buy armor because of how the credits are played out. So a lot more rifles, 10 rifles in the lobby. Let's see. It's really going to be a battle of what team can win attack first. So that's been the side both have kind of more struggled on. But Violet Rangers are coming off of 2 in a row, so we'll see if they can find the answer as they're going to be starting on the defense side. As Fuel looking to attack into A, but Sparkle finds the first pick on Deny, which means no entry now for the side of Fuel.
Yep. And Fuel has been a little bit weaker on that attack side, so I am a little bit scared for them here as they already have that first pick off, meaning Violet's going to have a little bit of a foothold into the fight, although they do manage to get a trade onto Spoken here, taking out that fade, which is good to deny that info, to deny that ability to push in.
Indeed. 1-1 trades on each side, 4v4, as all members of Fuel are kind of just stuck on this A site. They have to entry it, but Booty Bandit has a beautiful cross here, but it is cleared out. Claro Lover does not find the ammo, but SEO picks off as he has util in his hand, trying to flash to slow down the Fuel play. Sparkle, though, holding this backside, but a timing for Dre, perhaps. And it is exactly that. It's a 2v3 now as SEO pulls out the operator, ready to end Violet Rangers' hopes as finds that cross. It's game player versus the world, but the full utility is in the pocket of this Waylay. Haunt comes out, gets shot, which means Fuel now know where he is. And it's going to be SEO walking in with that operator, pulling out after getting those 3 picks. Fuel taking the attack half. They just have to close it out on defense now.
And having that advantage from earlier that we saw clearly Fuel's comp and just overall mindset and map knowledge was so superior on that initial defending round.
2 timing gaps there, to be honest. I mean, there on the mid, on the first player, right? You catch the Yoru using his flash to try to delay time, and then Dre catches Sparkle. The exact moment Sparkle looks away is when Dre crosses. So a little bit of luck of timing, but also the timing is kind of the whole point. The timings are so crucial in this game. They're never going to take this trade aggressively. Is going to win it, gets traded out, but SEO, and it's already down to 4v3 for Violet Rangers' last life, perhaps. Now, Ray finds another, and it's just one more, and he's going to get the headshot through the smoke. Fuel Esports take this series in a very close corrode, winning it 2-1. And they're standing, they're clapping, they're so happy. They're relieved to have won that one.
I mean, after that, right, that first half of the game, I would be stressing out if, I was going 9-3, but then suddenly, we go on defense and absolutely take it back. It was definitely stressful. We had to go into overtime. We didn't get quite a clean win.
Dre decided to take matters into his own hands and start shooting the gun better than the enemy team. And he did exactly that, Fuel, taking it 14-12. Look at the map. Haven was so close. It could have been a 2-0 for Fuel, really. If you think if Haven went any slightly differently, split, a complete domination. But, Violet, they weren't deterred by how badly they got destroyed on split. They came out swinging on Corrode 5 rounds in a row, and Fuel taking that one 2-1.
Yep.
And now maybe there's still hopes alive for playoff. I mean, that's what they needed to do. They needed to win. I don't know if a 2-1 is enough, though. We'll see, as we are going to hopefully interview one of the players after a hard-fought win. Don't go anywhere.
Stay tuned. We are back with Woody here to interview her. How you doing tonight, Woody? How you
Really
feeling?
good. We haven't been winning too much, so this was really big, especially because we would play against them quite a bit, like last year. So this was a really good win. Team morale was super high, especially after that second game. That was really nice.
Yeah, I think second map really kind of changed the tides. I'm interested. How was comms? Going from first game where you guys lost really close to just completely stomping game two. What was the shift?
Um, I think it was, I don't even know. I think it was the double smokes that we played that second game just really helped us play Split, and I also think because Split just got added into the map pool, some people don't exactly know how to play it as well. But we all just like Q and comp, so we've already played that a few times. No, it was really nice. We had our duelist player on Sage. Like we really just kind of went into it like we were five stacking comp, but had to keep the comms up because after this first game, we were doing stuff where we weren't saying to anything to each other. So I was like, guys, we need to start talking more, and then we did, and it went really well.
Awesome. On that last map on Corrode, do you guys have a lot of practice on Corrode? Like what was the mindset going into that?
I think we played Corrode once as a team together already against Collegiate because we don't really scrim that often or ever, but we love just like playing just comp together, I guess. So we have that practice in. But we did want to just go double smokes again, which was really nice for split. But we didn't really have a plan. We just knew that they played slower, so we knew that we just want to hold, take mid control, because after the second round on defense, we're like they're not taking mid. We're able to just push up and hold it. So that's
Yeah.
what we were doing.
I feel like their comps were always rank focused. I feel like, especially on Corrode. I mean,
Yeah, their comp?
yeah, their
Oh
comp. I mean,
yeah.
Clove,
Yeah, they play
Waylay,
Cove.
Chamber,
Yeah.
Yoru, like a very, more so ranked focused comp. But as far as your role so far has gone, I feel like you've been kind of flip flopping between things. Have you feel like you finally found your spot as primary controller, or is it still map dependent?
It's still map dependent. I love Omen. I have all my hours in Omen. 80% of my Valorant time is on Omen. But with my team, it's really nice to play off of them because I trust them. So if one map, Claro, goes Omen, I trust him to do that. Um, but yeah, I think we found suitable what maps we want to try out. But again, that was our first time playing Split in the collegiate because it just came into the map pool. And we're just like, let's try Sage. So we tried Sage. Our Opper was playing Sage. I don't think he opt that time because we just kind of did really good on attack. That didn't really give us like a chance to even op on defense.
Mhm.
But yeah, my team's just amazing. They did really good even on characters we don't really play too often.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it seemed like morale was up pretty much throughout the
Yeah,
entire
yeah. We all if
series.
when we have Dre on the team, morale's always up. He's running around like patting everyone's heads. Ray always seems. Oh wait, Claro always seems like he has a straight face on, but he's always happy to be
Yeah.
there. And sometimes I think Dre would just be behind him, just watching him after he would die, just to kind of boost morale. But yeah, whenever Dre's there, everyone's always happy.
That's great to
That's what we
hear.
love to hear, the enthusiasm and,
Yeah.
the team coordination.
And then remind me, are you guys still in contention for playoffs, or does this win bring you closer to that? You are.
Yes, I think.
Is it dependent on how the other games go? I imagine.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if we
But
lost this, I think we would have not qualified.
okay,
So
so
hopefully, fingers crossed.
hopes are still alive, right? We always want to keep seeing more of you guys, especially as you guys are starting to come into your own, getting more cohesive as a team. But well, thank you very much for joining us
Thank
today,
you.
Woody. Before we go, let's take a look at our schedule for the rest of the week. We'll be seeing COD Wednesday, and then Rocket League, I believe, is Thursday, and then that'll be it until Saturday when we have our Battle of the Forest City charity land for Kids Children's Health Foundation and Extra Life. Very excited to see that. Join us either in person in Forwell Hall, November 8th, 10 a.m. is when it starts, or join us online on our streams. Make sure you follow all of our socials everywhere, Fanshawe Fuel everywhere, to keep up to date with our teams, our games, our streams, especially as we start heading into these playoffs, into these later seasons. But with that, I've been Newt,
I have been Griffin.
I'm Woody.
and we will see you in the next stream.